Well, actually, we were ready to go about an hour ago, but thanks to Griffin Canning, we're getting a late start today. Welcome in, everybody. Gwynn and Chris, little Thursday edition following Padres baseball. If you missed the game today, good for you. The rest of us had to watch it. 7-1 was the final. Brewers over the Padres. It was a really, really bad outing. And that might be underscoring it for Griffin Canning. It took about an hour and 20 minutes just to get through the first inning and a half. He threw 64 pitches. That didn't even get him through the second inning. He gave up 5 hits, 4 walks. And, predictably, you do that, you're not going to be keeping your team in the ballgame, which is the job of a starting pitcher, which was a job that was not done today by Griffin Canning. And as good of a comeback team as the Padres are, 7-0's a little much to ask. So
yes,
it is with that. We welcome you into the program. We've got 3 hours together, and then I believe Scraby's going to take us, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, with the Scraby Chronicles from 6 to 7 tonight. So you got a lot to look forward to. Sit back, relax, and get ready for some stuff a little bit later here in the 5 o'clock hour. The NFL will announce its schedule.
Oh, my goodness. Every team's schedule's already out. I don't understand it.
Okay.
Daily gripe.
Every team's schedule's out, really?
All the teams have already put up their videos and guess what, Chris? I know I'm taking you in a different direction, but the NFL is not going to penalize teams for making fun of Mike Vrabel. So if they want to do something Mike Vrabel, Diana Rossini in their video, if they're playing the Patriots, the NFL's like, cool, go for it.
You mean their schedule release video?
Yeah.
Well, the NFL's obviously okay with it. They're putting Mike Vrabel in the very first game of the season. I don't understand their thinking there, but yes, the Patriots will face the Seahawks in the first NFL game in a rematch of the Super Bowl, but I don't think too many people will be talking about the Super Bowl, honestly.
Nope.
I mean, the National Football League is all-powerful, all-knowing, but they can't keep us in the TMZ world from talking about the potential dirt associated with that opening game. So we'll get into the NFL, obviously the NBA playoffs, a couple of good games, or at least one really good game last night, and some Stanley Cup stuff coming later today, but mostly Padre baseball. And before we get to the one thing in today's game that was as good a news as there possibly could be, I'll tell you what that was after we tell you what station we're broadcasting on.
KWFN and KWFN HD1 San Diego.
Hi, this is Xander Bogaerts from the San Diego Padres.
Home run, Xander Bogaerts!
The Padres play here on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
And Odyssey Sports Station.
All right, I don't really care if the Padres win any more games. Honestly, I don't. All I care now about is whether or not they keep outscoring their opposition in the 9th inning. And they did again today, Scraby. They got their only run today in the 9th inning. And since they were beaten so badly today, they didn't even give the Brewers a chance to bat in the 9th inning. And so with the run scored in the 9th today on the RBI ground out by Sungmun Song, who I believe is not very long for this ball club, by the way. We'll talk about that moving on. But with that, the Padres have now outscored the opposition by an astonishing 32-3 in the 9th inning this year. I don't know that I've ever heard a statistic anywhere close to something like that. Of course, it became something of much great interest last night because of Gavin Sheets's dramatic 3-run homer with 2 outs in the 9th inning, which basically gave the Padres a victory for the second time in 3 games when they were down to their last strike in the last at bat. Because remember Sunday, they were down to their last strike, and Nick Castellanos hits a 2-run homer to get that game to extra innings. They end up beating the Cardinals. And then last night, Sheets does it. Gavin Sheets has got to be the greatest player in Major League Baseball history to be hitting 229 with 16 RBIs in the month of May. It is incredible.
That's all in May?
Well, no, I mean for the season, he's got 16 RBIs. It's not like he's leading the league in RBIs. It seems like he's got all 16 of them on 9th inning home runs.
It definitely does.
He's hit 3 game-winning 3-run homers. No player's ever done that. And we still have 4 months to go in the season. So incredible. And the Padres, we keep saying it. The experts say the same thing. They can't keep doing this. They just can't. It can't keep up. They can't do it. There's no way.
Can't do it.
Can't do it. Can't live with them. Can't play with them. Yeah, sorry, Mike Singletary. We are playing with them, and it's working. Still, despite the loss today, the Padres are tied for first. The Dodgers will untie that deadlock one way or the other later tonight when they take on the Giants. But, yeah, you get to 2 outs in the 9th inning yesterday, Scrabe. You have been retired 19 batters in a row. You haven't had a sniff of first base since the 3rd inning. And you go single, you go walk, and you go home run? Yeah, and that's just not supposed to happen.
No.
And not only is it not supposed to happen once, it's certainly not supposed to happen for the 5th time this year. So, yeah, the 9th inning is incredible. 32-3. The Padres have only given up 3 runs. In the 9th inning all year. The 3 runs are as follows. The Giants in the 4th or 5th game of the season beat the Padres 9-3. It was here. And the Giants tacked on a run in the 9th inning. So it wasn't even a run that mattered one way or the other. The only other 2 runs they gave up in the 9th inning this year were on a chalk foul ball gate game against the Cubs. When the guy rolled the ball up the third base line and the umpire called it fair.
Yeah, I forgot all about that.
They got 2 runs in the 9th inning that night off Mason Miller, but the Padres still won the game. Those are the only 3 runs the Padres have given up in the 9th inning all year. Meanwhile, they got 3 with 1 swing last night, and they've scored a total of 32. If you tack on the fact that they've outscored their opposition 7-2 in extra innings, from the 9th inning on, it is Padres 39, opposition 5. And that, my friends, is why they are tied for first place in the National League West. The other 8 innings, they've been outscored by 32 runs. And they've been dominated. And as a matter of fact, Scrape, I did more of a deep dive into this than you might even imagine last night, because we've been saying the Padres own the game from the 7th inning on because they do have much better hitting statistics, etc. But the Padres, they've been outscored in the 7th inning this year. They've also been outscored in the 8th inning this year. But it's been so dominant in their favor in the 9th inning that it makes it seem like they're dominating from the 7th inning. The only inning they're really dominating is the 9th. That's it. And Craig Stammen had the comment of the day after the game last night. He said, we got to find a way to just put the 9th on the scoreboard and send our guys up to bat.
He didn't do it today.
Yes, they did. They scored their only run in the 9th inning today. Come on. They came through again. What happened in the 9th inning? They got a guy on base, then they got Fermin got a hit, and then Johnson walked. All of a sudden, the bases are loaded, and here we go. But they had to settle for the 1 today.
Would you like to hear a question from the chat? Would you like to save that?
Well, I'm ready for anything at this point. We got. I will say that notes on the scorecard, where we will dive into every single phase of today's game, is coming up a little bit later. I also want to tell everybody that we are aware and we are happy that San Diego FC finally got back in the win column.
Yes, they did.
And they did it in a big way. I think it was 5-0 last night. Mm-hmm. I wish we could play, was it Austin FC? Let's bring them in a little more often. And Mark Ziegler even put it in the paper today. He said that was the ultimate slump buster that came to town last night. Seems for like SDFC. They poured it on them. We'll talk our regular Thursday soccer interview in this hour. But, yes, we will have notes on the scorecard later. Okay, go ahead. What do we have from the question box there?
From Jay Munoz SD, let me ask you guys a serious question. Can they keep going like this with Manny not hitting at all and Toddy struggling? You guys really think the other players are going to remain consistent?
I think the other players might remain consistent, but no. They will not continue to win, and I don't think we've changed our stance on this.
No.
They will not continue to win and stay in first place with Manny hitting 190. They will not continue to win and stay in first place with Jackson Merrill swinging like a rusty gate and needing a day off again today. And we won't be continuing to win if Fernando Tatis Jr. continues to hit like he's Dal Maxville. And if you don't know who Dal Maxville is, he's a middle infielder for the old 60s St. Louis Cardinals who really couldn't ever get the ball out of the infield. All right? Maybe hit 2 or 3 career home runs
tops.
What's his first name? Dal, D-A-L, Maxville, shortstop on the World Series champion Cardinals of 1967.
Oh, he's still with us.
Good. I'm glad. How many home runs did Dal hit? In his
Dal hit
give me
6
in how many years?
14.
There you go. So that's about the way Fernando's swinging right about now. And if anybody wants to ask me or go over his launch angle and his exit velocity today, I can tell you in his first 3 at-bats, the answer to both of those questions was 0.0. I'm getting a little tired of it. If I haven't made it clear already, we all keep talking about all he has to do is fix this. All he has to do is fit that. I'm telling you, I'm not a hitting coach, but all he really needs to do is get in there, see the ball, hit the damn ball. And if he can't hit the ball, and if he's going to keep swinging through fastballs right down the middle, then he could have the greatest launch angle of all time. You gotta hit. He's not hitting. He is messed up mentally, in my mind, as bad as probably he's ever been. And, baseball is a cruel, cruel game. As soon as you think it can't get any worse, like you know what I mean? You have one of those days where you're like, man, this has got to be rock bottom.
Like Sunday for him.
Exactly. You have one of those where you just nothing, you can't do it. You hit a fly ball to the warning, scrapes the wall, the guy catches it, you come back, you're like, okay, that's it. Can't get any worse. Yeah, you can have this 0 for 5, 3 strikeouts today, and just look completely lost up there. So, it may get worse. I don't know. It is going to take, I don't know, Steven Souza Jr., the batting coach, but to me, this is where he earns whatever money he's going to be earning. Somebody's got to find the right button to push right now, because I don't think it's mechanics so much anymore. Yes, his mechanics are screwed up, but what I'm talking about is getting the mechanics, together, relaxed, back together. I saw a video with none other than Tony's dad today talking about the process and just not worrying about the results and trusting in yourself and doing what you do and letting everything take care of itself. That is all great advice. And I'm sure it's similar to the advice that he's getting now, but it's not getting through right now. Somebody's got to say whatever it is, the right thing to break Fernando out of this. And
it doesn't seem like anybody can.
I know, because you got to believe that they're all trying, and then they're not trying because they don't want to be too much.
They're being positive.
They're patting him on the back, or they're letting him lead. They're not the whole thing. So
KG wants to say something that I need to say. He's asking, are we allowed to blame the batting coach? And my answer is no.
Oh, blame it on Steven Souza Jr.?
It's not. Why do we do this every time? Specifically, KG, I'm calling you out because you do this every single time. Just because they're slumping does not mean the batting coach is to blame. I blame the players. They're the ones making the swing decisions. They're the ones who are up there trying to perfect the game plan, and they're not doing it. So they're the ones swinging the bat. I get really angry when everybody says it's the batting coach. Not that I have any relationship with Steven Souza Jr., but the players are the ones who are missing the ball.
Sounds like you guys are old pals. Well, here's I hope a little more, together of an answer, not just rambling. But yeah, right. I'm going to try to give you an answer without rambling. And here's what I'm going to say. When we talk to Tony about the at-bats that these guys are taking as a team, and I do believe, you talk about somebody who knows about hitting.
Yep.
My partner. Right? He's learned from one of the greatest hitters in the history of the sport. A lot of that knowledge has been passed down to our partner. And, he'll tell you that he had all the same knowledge as his dad did. It still didn't mean he could do what his dad did.
Exactly.
Right? You still got to be able to execute like that. But he knows. And Tony says, and this is why I believe it, that when he watches this team, he thinks they have a plan. He says they stick to the plan. He says they do seem to execute their plan better as games go on, which is why we've seen such an uptick late in the games. But he's happy with the plan. He's happy with the approach. As long as Tony Gwynn Jr. is seeing that and saying that, then I'm comfortable to say that the hitting coach is probably passing along the right message. because it's the same hitting coach that Miguel Andujar's knocking the ball with.
True.
It's the same hitting coach that Cheats comes up with all these 3-run homers. It's the same hitting coach that Ramon Laureano had in April that apparently he doesn't have in May.
Yeah.
It's the same hitting coach that Xander Bogaerts has come out of the woodwork with. So, I get the point. I get what you're saying out there, but we've fired how many? A dozen more? 24 pitching coaches since Petco Park.
You mean hitting coaches?
I'm sorry. Thank you. Hitting coaches. Now I'm getting
We've
riled
had
up.
a lot of great pitching coaches.
Right. Yeah, we haven't fired too many of those. But we've gotten rid of hitting coaches left and right. The one I remember the most was David Magadan, who was a great left-handed hitter back in the day. And he came in as the hitting coach, and they drove him crazy. They drove him out, and they drove him right to Boston, where he immediately won the World Series. So, and I'm sure there's examples both ways of that, but yeah, I'm not on the hitting coach. I'm on Machado. I'm on Tatis. I'm on Merrill. I am on somebody, and it doesn't even have to be the pitching coach. It could be Mark Grant saying the right thing, riding up in an elevator, just something that clicks, with Fernando, that's able to just kind of get his mind to shut off and get him to go back and just use the incredible God-given physical skills that he has, because they're not being put to use right now. And that is a mental thing. And nobody knows what that is, but I'm sure everybody's trying to find the right answer. And we haven't found it yet. So there you go.
Real quick before we go to break. Yeah. I've been thinking this. Now, this is a little conspiratorial, Chris.
All right.
This is from Gabe. Do you remember last year when the Dodgers fans were hating on Max Muncy because he couldn't hit the ball, and it turned out he needed glasses? Maybe Fernando needs to get his eyes checked. I'm not kidding. I have thought this.
It wouldn't be the first time in the history of baseball that's happened.
It wouldn't.
So how old's Fernando?
27?
Yeah. Seems a little early, but who knows?
Hey, my eyes are, people have to wear glasses when they're younger. Who cares?
I've heard it before. I've actually.
Can you imagine him with those rec specs that you love?
No, I don't want to. If he needs something, please find some contacts that will fit. I can't stand the rec specs.
That'd be so funny to see Fernando in rec specs.
Well, hey, look, if he starts doing that little hop and skip around third base with the rec specs, I'll take it at this point. But
do it.
I don't know if it's a crazy suggestion or not. I think we're getting to that point, right?
Yeah.
Where we're going to try everything.
I mean, the guy still hasn't hit a home run.
If he goes up to bat on tomorrow night in Seattle and he hits left-handed, they're kind of running out of things to try.
He should try Nick Castellanos' bat, because Nick Castellanos hit a home run with his bat. He should try another bat or do the Cal Raleigh. Just take a shower fully uniform.
Well, you know what good that did Cal Raleigh? He went on the disabled list today. So he probably got sick and caught a flu, and now he's on the –
It's an oblique.
Okay. Well, he probably strained it trying to,
get those clothes off. It's hard
trying to get
wet
those wet
off.
clothes. Exactly, Scraby. So, it paid off for one night for Cal Raleigh. 7-1 Brewers today. We got a lot more in the ball game. There's a whole bunch of different things we can talk about also going on in sports. So stick with us. You soccer fans, don't go too far. Our weekly soccer visit. Notes on a scorecard. After a day like that, I got a bunch of them. You'd be probably not surprised to know that, as Gwynn and Chris continues on 97.3 The Fan.
Sid's Carpet Barn in San Diego.
kick off our second segment here. Welcome back, Gwynn and Chris. Of course, Tony's with the club. They're traveling from Milwaukee to Seattle. Padres and Mariners tomorrow evening. But Scraby and I'll carry you through here until 6 o'clock. Then Scraby will kick me out, and he'll have some fun with the Scraby Chronicles. But yes, it looks pretty official, although the NFL schedule release is due at 5 o'clock. A lot of it does leak out. And week 2 of the National Football League season, Miami at San Francisco. So we're going to be dueling again. Yeah, barn burner. I don't know if it might be just a gimme for you on the schedule. But
I don't know about that.
I will say this, Scraby. Come on. We've been together now 8 years, 9 years. The Dolphins and Niners have probably played 3 or 4 times during that span.
Yep.
I think I've won a couple. You've won a couple. It's been, pretty even, if I recall.
Jimmy G's career, the Dolphins
we did that, which did you a favor, by the way.
It did.
All right. I think the last time they played was the end of the season 2 years ago, and both teams were terrible.
Mm-hmm.
The game was in Miami. I'm pretty sure Miami won that one. But we have yet to go to one of these together. And I think it would be hilarious. I don't know what the timing of this will be.
Week 2, it's on a Sunday.
Yeah, week 2, it'll be a Sunday game.
PM.
So what's the first week of the season? Like September?
I don't know. There's games on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
It is hard to know.
Saturday. I'm not kidding, Chris. There's games on Wednesday now and Friday.
Well, the season opening game is on a Wednesday.
And they're doing a Wednesday the night before Thanksgiving now.
So there's 2 Wednesdays. Yeah. Anyway, there's a lot of, according to's, but apparently the Dolphins will play at San Francisco in week 2. I think, somebody out there who works for an airline ought to help get Scraby and I up there to San Francisco. Somebody who works for a hotel or something should get Scraby and I a room somewhere.
Man, we're enlisting a lot of help.
And somebody who has contacts should get you and I a couple of tickets. And then we would just take pictures and videos of you and I battling it out with each other in the stands. I'd have my Tua jersey on. You'd have what would you be wearing? Who's your old linebacker
Patrick
jersey?
Willis.
Patrick Willis jersey. And we could battle it out.
Yeah, I thought about doing this. We have thought about doing this.
We always think about it.
Guess what? NFL games are so bleeping expensive.
It is. That's why I'm asking for help. I'm asking for people. I'm begging. I'm saying, people, look, we need tickets. We need transportation.
A private jet. Maybe Tony will loan us his jet.
His helicopter. Hopefully he won't be using it that weekend.
Might be a far ride in the helicopter, but I'll do it.
Yeah, I would do it too. All right. We'll have all the other NFL schedule stuff later on, of course, because they officially release it.
Starting at 5 with a nice 2-hour show on ESPN.
It'll take 2 hours to get all of the stuff released. 7-1 was the score for the Brewers today. We have our notes on a scorecard coming up a bit later. Dive into every single thing you need to know today. But suffice to say, Griffin Canning made me think of, keeping Matt Waldron today.
They're going to.
Well, we'll see. Now, Waldron did pitch a couple of innings in relief today. Now, Giolito has to be activated this weekend. So what are you hearing?
I'm hearing from the man himself, Craig Stammen, in the post-game interview, Matt Waldron's moving to the bullpen. He's not going anywhere.
Okay. Well, then they're going to have to part with somebody.
They're going to have to part with someone
when they bring up Giolito.
And the only person in the in the bullpen right now with an option is Bradley Rodriguez.
Good boy.
Marinaccio, he doesn't have any options, so they would have to DFA him. Yuki can't be optioned because he has something in his contract.
Yeah, I got to talk about Yuki's contract here pretty soon. I mean, it's getting ridiculous. Honestly, I wrote it down today in the notes on the scorecard. I'll give you a preview, but is the Yuki Matsui signing one of the worst of AJ's tenure? This guy was signed for closer money.
No, he was not.
Close to it, Scrabe. Go back. It was a lot of money.
I'm going.
A lot of money for a guy that you barely can trust to pitch in a game that you're losing 6-0.
But $5.75 million a year. I mean,
but everything's guaranteed, and they can't get rid of him, and they have to put him on the roster and all of this stuff.
Well, he has an opt-out after next year or after this year. So,
well, you think he's going to take it?
No.
Hell no.
He's going to opt back in.
Of course he's going to. He knows he's got it good. I just think that was not a good signing, and we don't know it at the time. I should say it this way. It has not worked out to be a good signing.
He also just came back from injury.
I know, but I'm telling you, and I'm judging it from where he sits in the pecking order. he should not be paid that much money to be a mop-up middle innings guy when you're losing 6-0. That's not what you pay those guys. You pay those guys 7th, 8th, 9th inning money with the lead. That's not where you're going to bring Matsui in. You don't even feel good enough to do that.
Do you think that they just needed to have someone pitch that they can lose for a couple days because they don't have a day off
today?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They needed to eat innings. That's why they threw Yuki in there.
Well, that's right. Marinaccio, Matsui, and Waldron, they did a great job. They ate up 6 innings so that, keep everybody you need fresh for the Seattle series. But I shouldn't be paying a guy $5+ million to be eating innings. I should be paying a guy $5 million who's helping me close out and win ball games. And Yuki Matsui doesn't have that kind of trust in this organization.
It's got 6 Ks in the last 4 innings.
All right. Well, who are you going with in the 8th inning with a 1-run lead tomorrow? Him or Jason Adam? Thank you very much.
I'm going with Jason Adam.
All right, there's the answer to that. By the way, our Friar Friday interview tomorrow, speaking of the bullpen, Jeremiah Estrada is going to be on with us, so we'll have that show for you tomorrow. Before we get back to baseball, and we've got our soccer thing coming up, today is day 1 of the PGA Championships.
Yes, it is.
And I know that, Scraby, you are a golf guy, and I'm looking up at the scoreboard right here. Scotty Scheffler just bogeyed the 14th hole to fall out of what is that, about an 8-way tie for the lead?
6 right now.
6 or 7 guys are -3. Scheffler just bogeyed and fell to -2, but he still has 4 holes to play. But that is not the story I want to talk about in the PGA Championships today. I have a new all-time favorite guy in golf. And I think he should be everybody's favorite. His name is Garrick Higgo.
I knew you were
and I
bring
don't know
him up.
that is how you even pronounce it.
Oh, Higgo.
Old Higgo. Now, where is he from? It looks like New Zealand, maybe, Scrape? He's not an American.
I'm going to say I've never heard of Old Higgo before.
Higgo, okay, I was wrong. Johannesburg, South Africa.
Oh, okay.
All right. He went to UNLV. So maybe this explains some of his lackadaisical behavior. I don't know. Garrick Higgo's tee time today was, I believe, 7:18 a.m., and he showed up late. He didn't make it. His tee time for the PGA Championship, he missed it by 1 minute. And there was even some question as to whether or not he was inside the ropes or outside the ropes or where he needed to be or where he wasn't. And the ruling was he didn't make it. But since he wasn't beyond 5 minutes late, he was not disqualified. He was given a 2-shot penalty.
Yes.
I want everybody to know that if it were not for Garrick Higgo being late to his tee time, he would be the sole leader right now of the PGA Championships. He finished at 2 under par today, Scraby. With the 2-stroke penalty, he finished at 1 under par. So with the penalty, he'd be at 3 under. He'd be one of the leaders in the tournament. But what I liked greatest about Garrick Higgo was that they brought him over for an interview after this all happened, and he sounded like Jeff Spicoli from Fast Times at Ridgemont High School. Garrick, how could you possibly miss your tee time? My God, what happened, buddy? Was it your car trouble? Did your alarm not go off?
No, he was on the putting green.
Thank you. You're giving the story away. But yeah, it wasn't some act of God that kept him. He's like, well, I'm kind of a laid-back guy, and I was just kind of on the putting green, and I figured I had like 10 minutes, and then I thought I had 5 minutes, and then I kind of picked up my stuff, and I walked over there, and they said, oh, you're late. And I'm like, oh, what? Garrick Higgo, people.
I don't understand people like this.
This is incredible, and I now want this guy to go on and win the tournament. I mean, are you kidding? He's not going to. I'm sure he's 85th ranked in the world, but this is to me is just I can't even imagine.
No, I can't either.
What about his caddy? Does he even have a caddy?
Yeah, he's definitely got.
Where
a
was
caddy.
his caddy?
I don't know. I don't know.
What was his caddy doing?
The caddy should be in charge of this. Like, hey,
rolling a couple of doobies for the back
maybe.
nine. I mean, what the hell are these guys
we got
doing
5
over
minutes.
here?
Come over here so we can start making our way.
We got to start walking over, man.
There's a famous thing with Rory McIlroy when they played the Ryder Cup in Chicago years ago, where he slept through his alarm and he ended up like getting to the tee just in time.
But if that was this guy's excuse, they didn't get the wake-up call. He slept through, his phone didn't work, whatever. He was on vibrate when it should have been on ring, whatever. At least that's a mistake that I can say, hey, that's a bad mistake, but, okay.
Old Higo was just like, whatever.
He was there. He was ready to go.
I do not understand.
He just didn't bother walking over there in time. And when he was interviewed, he's like, yeah, c'est la vie.
What?
C'est la vie? This is the PGA Championships, my friend.
As a guy who is in broadcasting down to the minute, I don't understand people that don't really have a concept of time. I don't understand it.
Anyway, the guy, he's given a double bogey for the first round, right? Because he has to add, he has to add 2 shots.
That hole, but 6.
Right, he parred, but they give him a 6. And the rest of the day, he was brilliant. 4 birdies, 1 bogey, shoots a 69. And like I said, it should have been a 67. He'd be tied for the lead.
Such a Higo move.
Garrick Higgo, Higgo. Please get me a membership to his fan club.
I thought you would hate this.
I love this.
I hate it.
Well, I love it because it's so ridiculously absurd.
It is absurd.
I'm not like.
He could cost himself hundreds of thousands of dollars.
How about the fame that could go with winning a PGA championship? He ends up losing this by 1 or 2 shots.
Come on, Higo.
Crazy Higo.
I just like saying Higo.
Higo. Thank God he went to UNLV. Didn't call up, he's an Aztec. No, thank God for that.
Eric said that's called pulling a Higo.
That's a Higo, man. I got to be honest with you. The next time I'm late or somebody else is late, being somewhere and they walk in,
2 shots.
I'm going to just go 2-shot penalty. Yeah.
Okay.
And if you're Garrick, you just go, yeah, okay, I'm ready.
Me, I would be arguing it.
2-shot penalty?
I think,
that's incredible.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And again, like I said, the story would be okay if something happened, but nothing happened. He just didn't make it over there. Gwynn and Chris continues. We'll talk about our SDFC soccer club finally getting back in the win column. More on Gwynn and Chris ahead. From Brewers 7, Padres 1, but we did outscore them in the 9th inning again, Scrape. 1-0.
Got to find a win somewhere.
Padres are now plus 29 in run scoring in just the 9th inning. They've outscored the opponents now 32-3. Never mind the fact they've been completely outscored in all of the other innings. As a matter of fact, even though they're tied for first place, their run differential is -3 for the season now. They go to Seattle. Mariners beat the Astros today. I believe that was in Houston, so they are also flying back home to the great Northwest. First game tomorrow night, Hancock, who pitched well against the Padres, if I'm not mistaken, the first time around here.
Oh, he did. You're right.
I think he was the guy that pitched in the 7-6 game. Yeah, he shut us out the whole way. And then once he went out, the Padres pulled the game, rallied. But Hancock will be facing, I hate to say that Vasquez is the ace of the staff, but he's pretty darn close if he's not.
Michael King is
yes, he is, but
Randy Vasquez has been really good.
Vasquez has been a little better. King, I don't know, 99 pitches, and you got to get him out of the game again yesterday. I mean, I don't know. What do they baby these guys? It's not just the Padres. Pretty much everyone does it. Kyle Harrison, a 7-0 lead and 5 shutout innings today.
So if they
got to take him out, what for? I don't get it. I'm not. They don't ask me though. So, all right, let's go to some soccer Thursday. We love to do it. The guys from Apple TV, MLS Season Pass, and today our guy is Keith Costigan from Apple TV. Keith is one of the best. I would say you are the best, Keith, but I don't want to be unfair to all the rest of the guys who come on with us. You guys are all so nice to us, and we really appreciate it. How are you today?
I'm good, and I think you should always go with your first thought, and your first thought was that I am the best.
You are the best.
So I'm completely okay with that.
You're good. Next time I bring whoever we have on next week's Scrape, remind me to tell them there's no better than second behind Keith. Well, the long national nightmare in San Diego is over, Keith. My goodness, after 10 winless matches, which included one in the Cup there against Toluca, but 9 winless matches in MLS play. The old SDFC guys took it out on poor Austin last night, 5-0, which I guess is kind of like a 45-0 NFL score, right? I mean, that's pretty much complete domination from what I can tell.
Yeah, no, I mean, as complete a performance as you could ask for in terms of the run that you were on. What I liked about it is, I mean, some key players missing. Tverskov is such a key midfielder for the team. He wasn't available. And this game and this win was driven by the young players. Soma was excellent. Bombino was outstanding. Again, Mighton played a part in David Vasquez getting 2 goals. So sometimes you always talk about, hey, when we're in a hole and we're in a difficult situation, the old heads have to get us out. Last night for San Diego, it was the young guns who really came out firing, and it was a deserved win. I think you look at the run over the last couple of months, and there's 2 or 3 of those games where you say, look, San Diego really should have picked up wins on those days as well. I think some of the performances have been good, but you want everything to come together, and that's exactly what we saw last night. I thought it was an outstanding performance and something to build upon over the final 2 games before we break for the World Cup.
Keith Costigan joined us on the SDCC fan hotline. It's not big bank banking, it's better. And Keith, the team obviously was pretty amazing last year, but they did play a ton of games over the past couple years. They're also, this year has just not been that good. Do you think that other teams do you think that SDFC is being hunted by other teams because of their success last year, and these teams are trying to, put a stop to it?
Yeah, 100%. You have a bigger body of work. Last year, you come in as the underdog. You remember that first game against LA Galaxy away? Galaxy came in as the champions, and everyone said, well, this should be routine. San Diego hit the ground running and never really looked back. It was an incredible opening season, but everything about this season was people looking back and saying, wow, San Diego did really well. One example for me is San Diego were great playing in central areas, overloading midfield, excellent on the ball. Now teams this year came in and said, against San Diego, you got to crowd the central areas. You got to force them wide. And I would imagine one of the most pleasing things about last night was a number of the goals came from excellent wide play. So this is San Diego adapting to how teams have adapted to them. So these things happen in all sports where, a team is successful one way, other teams design, plays or ways to stop them. And now it's up to San Diego to not necessarily reinvent themselves, but come up with different avenues to still be as successful. And last night we saw that with the wide play. And I think that is probably the most pleasing thing for Mikey Varas and his coaching staff.
Keith Costigan, absolutely the finest, number one, best analyst for MLS on Apple TV, joining us here on 97.3 The Fan. You talked about the young guys, stepping up, but once again, it was Dreyer who kind of broke the seal there, got the first one. We haven't heard as much Dreyer this year because the team hasn't been successful. Maybe we should be appreciating what we have a little bit more. I think the hardcore, soccer fans in this town, look at Dreyer and really, know that we've got something special, but I don't know the rest of us do. This guy from the very first goal, as you just said, that he scored against LA Galaxy last year to right now has been the guy, the leader of this franchise. And he has not disappointed, to my mind, at all, any steps along the way.
No, I think you look back to last year, his debut season, I believe in terms of goal contributions was the third best in the history of Major League Soccer. Now, any other year he would have been MVP, but Leo Messi plays in our league, so that negates that. But you think of like the Robbie Keanes, Thierry Henry, Landon Donovan, all of those players, and this was the third best in terms of goal contributions. That's how good he was. And look, are the numbers as high as last year? Maybe not, but even coming into last night's game, he was only 2 or 3 goal contributions behind Leo Messi again. So I think he's done his part. I definitely think teams have kind of figured out that you have to double up on Anders Dreyer and make it difficult.
That's right.
But
He's a marked man, Keith. You just kind of touched on it, right? He's a marked. People aren't going to just let him win the game anymore.
100%. But I think you look at, if you talk to Marcus Ingvartsen, who has 9 goals now this season, he would say, well, I'm getting a lot of space because Dreyer, occupies 1 or 2 more defenders. So if he's covered in the way that we expect him to be because he is a superstar in this league, it's up to others to deliver. And, he delivered last night for sure, but David Vasquez delivered as well. Ingvartsen delivered as well. So when this happens, you always look for that supporting cast. And last night, they showed they're ready to step up as well.
Talking to Keith Costigan, and he's joining us on the SDCCU fan hotline. I like to ask questions that allow me to learn a little bit about MLS and about soccer. And as a baseball station, we talk about patience a ton. There's no major changes. There's no rash changes to baseball. You have to go. You wait 2 weeks to see if the guy comes out of it. In soccer, are changes made immediately because they have less games and it's more impactful, or are they just patient like other sports?
No, I think it's a great question. And I think if you're impatient, you end up becoming a chasing team. So if you're impatient, you make a change, and then 2 weeks later, something goes wrong again, you're changing again. The best teams ride through difficult situations. I think that's relevant for all sports. I was a big basketball fan, and I remember Phil Jackson watching him coaching games where his teams would struggle and he wouldn't call a timeout immediately.
Yeah.
His mantra was, let them figure it out. We've got to find a way. And that calmness, I think Mikey Varas has. He's a young coach, and sometimes you can be reactive. But, I spoke with him this week, and I remember saying to my colleague Mo after the call, I love that Mikey is so calm and saying, look, we have to figure it out, but we also have to understand our identity is who we are. So I think you have a good manager in charge who understands, let's not be reactive, let's not be rash, ride through it, we will get to where we want to be. And like baseball, like basketball, other sports, the champions are the ones who don't react in a hasty manner and change things and rip up the script simply because of a bad run. That's not how it works long term. And I think San Diego long term will still be there or thereabouts at the end of the season.
Keith Costigan is with us talking some MLS, and San Diego FC is right back at it here Saturday night. They got FC Cincinnati. I'm looking at them. They just hosted old Messi and company last night, and they gave up 5. They end up losing 5-3 now. They've been playing some high-scoring matches. Looking through their year, it sounds like we're going to have a lot of fun Saturday night. Could be kind of a wide-open game. Give old Dreyer and Ingvartsen a chance to run around some more.
Yeah, I mean, I got to be honest. I would have stayed down there for this game. I'm gonna be covering another game this weekend, but yeah, Cincinnati have really struggled defensively this year. There's no doubt about it. So we were talking after the game and saying, wow, San Diego can really exploit that. But on the other end, Cincinnati are very good going forward. They have a player who's every year an MVP candidate in Evander, who's very good going forward. Kevin Denke, who's a striker who gets double figures in goals as well. So they offer, I would argue, more of a threat than you saw from Austin SC last night. But I would circle this game as one that if San Diego play with the tempo they did last night, they will have a lot of success going forward. They have the ability to put numbers up on a Cincinnati side that have struggled defensively. And, the most important thing, you guys aren't neutrals. You're San Diego guys. But any neutral watching this, I think, is going to enjoy it too, because it's two teams that want to be on the front foot and want to be attacking.
Should be fun. It'll be Saturday, and you can watch it on Apple TV. We want to, before I let you go, Keith, I mean, we have the world's biggest event, right? It's coming to our country less than a month from now. It starts, and lo and behold, Team USA plays its first match about 90 miles from where we are sitting right now. Scraby and I are out after every show selling lemonade. We're trying to build up the $1,100 ticket price so we can go see the match, which I don't want to talk about that. Everyone's going to, give the controversy and let all that play out. Tell me a little something about Team USA going into the Paraguay match and maybe their 3 first round. It'll make me sound like I know what I'm talking about when, people bring it up, because, we all get pretty soccer crazy here, at least during the World Cup.
Yeah, it's going to be mayhem. By the way, the prices, I'm waiting for them to come down as well, because I do know there's a lot of seats still available. So keep an eye on that. Look, I think this USA team, the last window of games, they played some of the best teams in world football, and they were outclassed. They struggled defensively, particularly against Belgium. They gave up a lot of goals. So I wouldn't say the US are going in with 100% confidence. Now, the idea is when it's World Cup and you have the home fans behind you, you will start to perform at a better level. My one concern, Paraguay are one of these teams that don't care about having the ball. They are defensive. They were one of the most difficult teams to beat in South American qualifying. They're going to be a tough out. Now, the good news is they don't offer that much going forward, but they will make it difficult. They will try to spoil the game. We need the fans behind them. We need everybody behind the U.S. because traditionally, if you win the first game in your group, you're going on. And that's going to be vitally important. But I'm of the mind that the U.S. will get it right come World Cup time, and the first game is going to be pivotal. So Paraguay, difficult out, but I think USA will get it done.
Australia, Turkey after that. Who are we more concerned about? Just off the top here.
Yeah, Turkey are one of those teams that came through the playoffs in Europe, but they are very, very good. Arda Güler is one of the top young players that you'll see in European football. Plays for Real Madrid, which we all know is probably the biggest club in the world. So I've from people that I know that cover Turkish football, they see themselves as the favorites in this group. Now, maybe we don't want to hear that as U.S. fans and living here, but they looked at this group and said, we got a good draw. So if that isn't motivation enough, I don't know what is. They're going to be a tough out. The idea is you beat Australia, you beat Paraguay, and hopefully can get something out of that Turkey game as well. But they're going to be the most difficult test of these three, in my opinion. But ultimately, again, you look at some of the other groups, I think the U.S. have to feel confident about moving on to the knockout stages.
All right, Keith, before you leave an address with Scraby. We'll send you like $500 worth of this lemonade so we can get started on our goal to get to the matches. Hey, thanks for everything, man. We love having you on, and you are number one, man. You proved it.
Appreciate you guys.
Proved it once again, sir. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys.
All right, there he goes, Keith Costigan from Apple TV, MLS. All these guys that come on have been so fun to talk to.
You do know you keep telling everyone that they're the number one, and they're going to start talking to each other.
I know they're going to get.
They'll be like, "Oh, you know what? That guy called me number one." And they're like, "Wait, I was called number one too.
You know, and then the one guy who isn't called number one is going to feel some type of way.
They're going to be like, wait, what? They don't even list me as number one?
The thing is my bill is going to come due on all of this, on all this, you know, schmoozing of the MLS analysts. But for now, we really do. No, we really like having them on. And yeah, it's nice for SDFC to get back in the win thing. And, you know, we talked about Fernando. I know it's a different sport. It's a different world, but SDFC has been going through it for 2 months, right? They haven't had a win for 2 months. And
that's rough.
You're talking about all these guys, and they're going and they're training every day, and they're playing, and they know they're a good team, and they get a lead, and they, you know, lose the lead in the 17th extra minute, and, you know, all kinds of stuff. They were having the same thoughts that I'm pretty sure Fernando's having now, which is, am I ever going to get out of this? Yeah. It's a different deal, different sport, same problem. And so for them
I
last
can't imagine
night,
what's going through his head.
Yeah, right. So tonight to me was last night rather, kind of the breakthrough. Now they can relax and, you know, play the rest of the season. I know that you got a break for the World Cup, but you wanted to get that win, you know, and get some confidence before the World Cup break.
Yeah.
And so they were able to do that last night with that 5-0 performance.
Nice job, guys.
Very good. All right. More coming up. I think we got Chris versus the fans. Yeah. All right. Chance for you to win some good stuff. Scraby will let you know how you might be able to go to Las Vegas, have some fun, get some money, eat some free food.
I didn't tell Chris this. I forgot to mention. We also have Padres and A's tickets to give away before the show is over. Yes.
Next Sunday, maybe 24th again.
Yeah.
All right. Well, don't go. We got 2 hours to figure out how you can win those. And don't forget, notes on a scorecard still coming up. A recap of today's 7-1 loss to Milwaukee. And if you know how I am, after 7-1 loss, you probably figure I got some pointed comments.
I think we need an hour. Let's just block off an hour.
May take that long.
The first and second inning, Chris, are going to take
that could be a half an hour. Yeah, it was a rough day, but you know, we'll go through it bit by bit when Gwynn and Chris continues. I guess the show was going on. Scraby and I were having a nice little chat about air travel.
Yeah,
and how we can't afford it.
I just my parents and family are going to Hawaii in August, and I kind of wanted to go.
Yeah, you're not going.
And I looked, and it was like, first off, I have to make 2 stops. One of the flights was
how can you?
I
make
had to
2
stop
stops
in
to go to
Vegas, and then to San Francisco, and then Hawaii.
Okay,
and it was $1,200 round trip.
You might as well just go through China at that point.
I might as well just drive to San Francisco and take that flight to Hawaii instead of going to Vegas first.
Or you could just start swimming. You'd get there about the same time.
Maybe.
Goodness, yeah. Air travel's like everything else, is costing quite a bit. Welcome back into Gwynn and Chris here, hour number 2 of our Thursday program. We're going to do some Chris versus the fans here. Chance for you to win the grand prize. You won't win that today, but you could get qualified for it. And the grand prize this month, the $500 gift card, Westgate, Las Vegas. That's the home of legendary Vegas fun. They offer the Breakaway from Fees package, including a $75 daily dining credit.
That's big.
Even I can almost.
I can take care of $75.
I was going to just say I can almost work under that budget. You get 2 day spa passes, daily cabaret tickets, complimentary valet parking, and this is the best of all at this point: 0 resort fees. And if you've been to Vegas, the resort fees are like out of the control. So Westgate, no resort fees on these packages. Special rates start at $89 a night. So book now at westgatelasvegas.com. Been over the Westgate. Great place. Lots of fun. You can win a trip to the Westgate. All you got to do is beat me in Chris versus the fans.
If you had one shot, one opportunity to take down the human almanac himself,
howdy do.
Now is your time.
Listen to me, this guy is dangerous.
Now is your opportunity to win a prize.
Well, I hope you know what you're in for.
Chris versus the fans starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
You know, one other thing about the trip that just wouldn't work out is I don't have the money to pay for Lucky to be, I'm not going to do that to you. Chris just pointed to himself like, what about me?
Wait a minute. No.
Oh.
Your parents won't be, they're going?
They're the ones going.
And
so
you're going to
I'm going to be, no, I'm staying.
No,
so I'm watching the dogs.
But if you do go,
then Lucky needs to be
live in like a
boarded.
Don't you live in a mansion or something? I'll just come up and stay there.
If you want to.
I'll stay in the mansion.
You're going to sleep in my room?
Probably the couch, just Lori and I will vacation in La Costa for the weekend.
I mean, that's not bad.
At the Scraby Palace up there.
That's not bad, but
See?
I looked into.
I'm trusting that your mom would have it all neatened up,
of
for
course,
us.
Of course.
We just stay with Lucky. You wouldn't mind if Kylie comes and then we have a little dog weekend.
No, because I'm sure Kylie would,
Kylie met
a great
Lucky.
time. Yeah,
they met each other we brought them both to studio one day about 3 years ago. And I thought Lucky was fine. She could have stayed here all day. All Kylie wanted to do was get out of the studio and run around the office. And she was standing up over here at the low window so she could peer out of the studio, and then was just barking to let her out.
Barking at the Hambino.
Yeah, so we just couldn't. That didn't work.
Lucky just slept the whole time.
Lucky really didn't even know that he was here. Yeah. Kylie was well aware of it. So that has not been reprised.
Yes. Anyway, it's a very expensive to take vacation is what I'm coming down to.
I'm with you, man. We do the same thing. We have to get dog watchers, and it takes a village while we're gone to take care of the puppy.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. All right, let's talk about the rules. You have to make it through 3 questions. Each question will get more difficult. If you get the question right, you move on. If you get it wrong and Chris gets it right, you're eliminated. But if Chris gets it wrong, then you move on to the next question or you win. If you're a first-time player, let us know before you get into it. You'll get that question for free today. All right. I did some research on some of these questions this morning. I don't know why my voice went so high.
You got pretty excited.
All right. I didn't get a chance to screen you, but you are on, caller. Hello. Just say hello.
619.
Yes.
681.
No, stop.
That's all I'm giving.
Yes, hello.
I just gave you the first 3 numbers of your phone number.
You made me lose my mind. All right. Are you ready to play? What's your name, by the way?
Yeah, we got a name.
It's Jaime.
Jaime. Okay,
Hello,
I'm gonna put that in there right now. Jaime, just make sure we got you for next time.
Hey, Jaime, I just do this with everyone. Did you ever see the television show Get Smart?
I did not.
Okay. Well, I highly recommend. Well, first of all, I recommend it to anybody. It's a comedy show from the 60s, and it might be one of the funniest comedy half-hour shows of all time. I'm not going to get into all the details, but one of the hilarious characters in the show Get Smart is a talking robot that goes by the name of Jaime. That's the only reason I brought it up.
Yeah,
but
thank you for saying that.
Let me tell you something, Jaime. If you go, I don't know where you go to YouTube, you gotta be able to find a couple of old episodes
of that. Yeah,
of Get Smart.
I'm sure you can find it anywhere.
You will not be disappointed. It is hilarious, and maybe you'll catch an episode with Jaime in it. All right, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
I know. I'm sorry about that. This is what I do.
All right, here we go. Question numero uno. Goodness, that was loud. Before last night, who hit the last Padres walk-off home run? So, not including last night, who was the person before to do it this year?
Was it Castellanos?
Oh, I like his attempt. I like what he was thinking.
There's a key phrase there.
Yeah, no, Castellanos said a tying home run.
Yeah.
So the last buddy to walk off a home run like they homered and the game was over?
And the game was over.
Gavin Sheets also, wasn't it?
It's a trick question.
Sorry
about that, Jaime.
Okay, I can I do this? I always try to do this. Don't go anywhere yet, Jaime.
Oh, I just dropped him.
Oh.
He can't see it anyway.
Oh, why
He's
not?
on the phone.
Oh, well, for the YouTube people, there's a shot of the character Jaime and Get Smart.
Chris is like, keep Jaime on the phone. He needs to see
I
this.
wanted him to see Jaime. Such a great show.
All right, let's go.
Have you ever watched an episode of Get Smart? Like in your whole life, not
I've
one?
I've definitely heard of it. I'm not sure if I've actually watched an episode.
Goodness, it's funny. Okay.
Let's go to Matt in San Diego. Hello, Matt.
What's up, guys?
Not too much. You ready to play?
Yes.
All right, here we go. What Phillies player has hit 5 home runs in the past 5 games?
Self-serving question.
Kyle Schwarber.
About his fantasy team.
It's a good question.
It's always a self-serving question.
It's a good question. Here we go. Question number 2. I'm going to give you the name of 3 players. You're going to tell me what team they played on together.
Ugh, tough.
Emilio Pagan, Carlos Correa, don't take my shirt off, and Royce Lewis. Which team did they play for together?
That's hard. He got it, man. Yep. He nailed it. He was right on.
See, I'm trying to do
Good
this.
job.
I'm trying to get 2 guys that could be anywhere.
That's a tough.
And then
that's
one
tough.
guy that identifies. Royce Lewis has only played for the Twins.
All right. Well, yes, Emilio Pagan is a tricky one. He's played for a lot of teams in a very short time.
Yes.
Good on you,
Yeah.
Matt. You're on for the title here.
Here we go.
Okay.
Question. Adam just texted me. Schwarber's home run streak came to an end today. That's sad. That's sad. Very sad.
Thank God.
It's very sad. I won't be able to yell at Chris, hey, he hit another one.
Yeah.
Okay.
For some reason, I have to hear that every time.
It's because you're the only person in the room.
Yeah.
Here we go. Question number 3. Now, I am very excited about this question.
All right.
I took about 20 minutes to do this one.
20 minutes?
It
Just
was
to make
research.
the question?
Which Padres player has had the most 30-plus home run seasons in franchise history?
Okay.
Which Padres player has had the most 30-plus home run seasons in franchise history?
In the history of the team, so each 30 home run season is obviously separate from the other one, right? That was a stupid comment, but well, that's a good question. Who's had the most 30 home run seasons?
Shit.
Oh, careful. I think we just lost Matt there. He's been eliminated.
No, he's not been eliminated.
He's not eliminated?
I got the dump.
Yeah, but you're swearing as you're eliminated.
All
I'm
right.
making the call.
Yeah,
Sorry, Matt. It
all
has to
right.
be. It has to be a kind of
Matt.
a tough penalty. We can't have you swearing.
Yeah, because
everybody's got to know that, and
And
I
we-
know you do know that, Matt, but you just did. So Sorry.
All right. I'm so excited about that question.
Well,
We'll get
you
back
can
to it.
finish.
We'll
You get to
it.
the third question again.
We'll get back to it.
Yeah.
Let's go to, and by the way, I'm being notified that we need to talk about Matt Waldron again because it seems that he may not be as safe as we thought from after the game.
Well, that's okay.
All right. We're going to go to Johnny. Hello, Johnny.
Hello.
Don't swear, please. Okay.
Yeah. Nobody, it was a rarity, but somebody swore and we got you just got to make sure everybody knows that is an absolute no.
Okay.
All right. Go, Johnny. Here
Question number one.
Yeah.
I've never seen an episode of Get Smart, but I've seen the Steve Carell remake.
The movie. Okay.
That's where I probably heard it.
Yeah, there's a movie with Steve Carell did a movie, but
Yes.
it was based on the character from Get Smart. But the show is anyway, it's one of our Alzheimer's.
Man, Get
Thanks,
Smart.
Johnny.
Get Smart is like, where's all this advertising? We're seeing a spike in
Missed
plays.
it. Have you ever heard the phrase "missed it by that much"?
Of course.
Get Smart.
All right.
That's where it came from.
All right, Johnny. First question is: which team has beat the Dodgers twice this week?
Twice.
Oh man, it is the Angels.
It's not.
Unfortunate.
Gigantes. Sorry.
Yeah.
Johnny.
Sorry, Johnny.
Well, that gives you more time to go look up a Get Smart episode and watch one. I'm like fired up myself. I may go home and watch a couple
think you
tonight.
are going to.
Yeah, I really might just do that.
Is Lori going to be cool with the Get Smart?
She didn't find the same humor, but that's on her. That's on her.
Okay.
Like anybody that doesn't think Get Smart's funny, that's their business, but they're wrong.
All right. Give us a call, 833-288-0973. We're going to go to David. Hello, David. David.
Hey, David.
Hey, David.
Welcome
You
to
ready,
it.
ready to play?
Ready.
Okay.
Okay. I can barely hear you,
Yeah, I know
David.
we're kind of losing him there. He's there.
What major golf championship is being played this week?
Got a 1-in-4 shot if you don't know.
David, I can't hear you.
Yeah, I don't know where David went. So
I don't know. I'm sorry, David.
sorry, David.
Should we just end this?
No. I want to get back to your question.
This has been a disaster like the Padres game was.
You know, that's not your fault. I mean, the callers have to come through. You know, they can't swear and they have to be there when we go to them.
Nate
Simple
said,
as that.
Nate, I have not given the answer to the home run question yet. I'm trying to use it again. Also, Nate said something I thought, is David in the bathroom? I thought the same thing.
Oh. All right, let's try to see if we can find somebody not in the bathroom who is ready to play.
And doesn't swear.
And doesn't swear.
Let's go to Mike.
Live radio. This is what
Hello,
you get
Mike.
sometimes. Hi, Mike.
Hey,
There we
how
go.
you doing?
We got a real guy, I think, this time.
A
We're on
real
our way.
guy. All right, here we go. Mike, question number 1. Who is the head coach of the Kansas City Chiefs?
He's on the TV right now.
That's why I asked it.
Oh my God.
Oh, no.
Oh my gosh. Can I be put in the cone of silence for a second?
That is a Get Smart. I think he advances based on that.
No, he hasn't
comment.
answered the question.
Oh, man. Now the cone of silence is brilliant. That a boy, Mike.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
No, don't buzz him.
He's just saying, oh my gosh, that's incorrect.
He knows the answer. He's a big, heavy-set guy. Mike,
Hey,
come on, with a
stop
big mustache.
I know.
He
I'm a
doesn't
big
know.
NFL fan. It's just spacing me. I teach second grade, and my brain's shattered at the end of the day.
Well, I do understand that, and I'm sorry, Mike.
All right. So you buzz him. I'm sorry. He doesn't know.
Oh.
Yeah. Cone of silence. Classic. But the guy's name's Andy Reid. Sorry about that, Mike.
All right, we're going tiebreaker.
The cone of silence is an all-timer. Of course,
Mike,
it was,
call again. And
do you know what the cone of silence was?
I'm assuming a cone of silence.
Well, it was an absurd piece of plastic that would come down over their desk as if it was blocking out everything around them so they could have a secret meeting. But, of course, it was a play on the fact that they were still out in space. Any way they would go into the cone of silence and talk, there'd be a fly or a bug would start buzzing around in there, cause havoc.
So everybody, please watch one episode of Get Smart.
I don't know that one will do it. I mean, one will be good, but, obviously knowing the characters and knowing something about it is useful.
Eric apparently knows. He said, and neither could hear each other.
Yes, the cone of silence never worked. Never.
So is
worked
this a
properly.
comedy?
Total comedy.
Okay.
Complete hilarity.
Okay. All right.
Do you know who Mel Brooks is?
Yeah, of course.
He created it.
Okay.
He's a funny guy.
All right, we're going to go to tiebreaker. I'm looking for a player. Let's do here, Byron Buxton.
Byron Buxton
came right up to the top.
Did a couple of homers last night, if I recall.
Did he now?
He did.
All right, let's go to Dominic, it says. Hello, Dominic.
Hi, Dominic.
Hello. How you doing?
Good.
Good.
Are you ready? Do you know how to play the tiebreaker?
I do.
Okay.
Oh, good.
I'm put you down.
I was ready for him to say, "Nah, I have no idea," and it would have gone perfectly with the way the day's gone. But no,
yeah, that is true.
No, he's ready. He's ready.
So I'm going to ask Chris for an answer on a question, and Dominic is going to guess whether the actual answer is higher or lower than what Chris said. So, Chris, since 2015, how many home runs? Let's make it easy.
How many home runs has he hit in the last 10 years? 11? He's had
11,
a lot of injuries. That's what makes him difficult. 175.
100.
Yeah, I'm going to go about 17 per year because he's had a lot of injuries. He hasn't played a lot.
All right, Dominic, is the actual answer higher or lower?
Lower.
Dominic says he's had even more injuries than I think. Oh, he's had more, though.
He's had more. By 8.
183?
Yes.
I am
You've
ridiculously
been really good
close
lately.
on this stuff. Sorry, Dominic. All right, the game that will never end.
Sorry, I'm going to have to say the answer
yet.
to the question because people want to know the 30-plus home run seasons.
Let's just finish the game first.
I am all over the place today.
You're here, you're there. Let's get done what we're doing.
Hello, Hector.
Hector. Hey, Hector.
Good afternoon, fellas.
Good afternoon.
Hear me?
Yes,
Yep,
I can hear you.
man.
Thank you. I'm going to put you back down. We're going to play this tiebreaker. Chris, how many hits does he have in his career? Byron Buxton.
How long is his career?
2015. It's 11 years.
He started in 2015.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12.
Man, he doesn't have a lot more than 100 per year, which would give him, what'd you say, 12 years?
Mm-hmm.
Be 1,200 hits. He's got to have more than that. 1,500.
15.
Is that right? Wait, did I do my math right?
1,500 hits?
100 times 12 is 1,200.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got a few more than that. I'm going to say 1,400 hits.
1,400 hits. Hector, is the actual answer higher or lower?
Well, I'm going to go because he said that he's hurt a lot, so I'm going to go lower.
He's going lower,
That's
too.
a pretty smart guess there, Hector, because that is correct.
Hey, good job, Hector.
The actual answer, you're right. The injuries have really hurt him. 812
not even
hits.
1,000.
Yes.
Okay.
And all right, let me go back to this other question real quick and get that
All
off
right,
the board.
Hector's won the game.
Yes, stay there,
Thank
Hector.
goodness that the game is over and we survived it somehow.
Yes.
It's one of those today.
Which,
But Hector, you're going to have a chance to go to Las Vegas. And now this is the big question that Scraby wanted to ask, and we never got to the answer.
but now people can research it, so we're just going to give it away.
All right.
Which Padres player has had the most 30-plus home run seasons in franchise history?
All right. Can I
course.
ferret it out a little?
Yeah,
Ferret it
Ferret away.
Nate Colbert had 2, maybe at the beginning, maybe 3. I think Dave Winfield had 1 or 2 before he went to the Yankees. Other people I'm thinking of, obviously Manny has had at least 3, maybe more, but I'm just thinking that they all have 2 or 3, and I think there's somebody with more. And the one guy that is high on the all-time home run list that I haven't mentioned yet is one Adrian Gonzalez. Again, you gotta look at the Padre all-time home run list. Manny broke the record of Nate Colbert, but right there was Adrian Gonzalez. So I'm gonna say him.
Good job. Good job. I originally did 25-plus home runs,
Right.
and Manny takes that one.
Manny takes
He
that
has
one.
6 seasons of 25.
How many
plus
30 home run seasons does Adrian Gonzalez have?
Oh, yeah, 4.
He had 4.
Yep.
It's a good question, though.
I'm going to,
I like it.
You guys make fun of me sometimes for the way I spend my money, but I got another subscription to Baseball Stat Head so I could do crazy lookups like this.
I think that's
$8,
good.
So.
No, that's good. That's a good question. All right, we're going to take a break. We have a short segment coming up, but it'll be perfect for me to give everybody an update on the snot-nosed kid. If you're with us...
Wait, the kid from softball?
The snot-nosed kid, I have an update. If you were with us last
random.
This is not random. If you were here with us last Thursday, I whined the entire show about the kid who crept in from left center field and stole my potential game-winning hit.
Mm-hmm.
The story has a happy ending.
Oh.
I'll explain when we come back after traffic on Gwynn and Chris. Scraby.
Okay.
I hit the perfect line drive single to left center field that's going to win the game and bring in both runs.
Okay.
Except for the snot-nosed kid playing left center field, sneaks into a rover position and picks off my line drive and holds the runners. I just want to tell him he ruined my evening. Oh, you're pleased about it.
I mean, that's just good.
Time
good
out.
softball.
Time out.
Yeah, that's what that was last week. Stories from the Wednesday Softball League, which I don't share too often, but last week, yes, the snot-nosed kid who ruined my night by taking away what would have been a game-winning single. We welcome you back to Gwynn and Chris. We have a short segment here, so I thought I would share real quick, Scraby, the update on the snot-nosed kid. And the story has a happy ending. You know the old saying, if you can't beat them, join them.
Of course.
Well, last night showed up for our game. We played the late game last night in our Wednesday night league.
What time does that start?
This is a 10 p.m. game
Not
on
interested.
a Wednesday night. A lot of people aren't interested. As a result, you always need a few people to fill in for the regulars who don't show up. Lo and behold,
Snot-nosed kid.
Snot-nosed kid is on my team last night. He
That
filled
is
in playing with
great.
us. And first of all, you and I had a thing about this about a month ago. We were talking about the name Chris and Christopher, and we were going on and on about nobody takes off the first part of that name and becomes Topher, right?
Oh, no.
The snot-nosed kid's name is Topher.
Does he like being referenced as snot-nosed kid?
He was told about it. Now, he said his dad was listening last week, thought that I might be talking about him, and so the whole thing's been kind of going on.
That's crazy.
So anyway, one of my teammates, Sean, says, Chris, here's the snot-nosed kid. He's playing for us. And we laughed. And I told him, I said, look, I would have done the same thing. And he was a really nice kid, as it turned out. Topher played for my team last night. He started taking away other people's hits because he is fast and he's a kid. And he also had a big hit late in the game. And after an 0-7 start, we won our first game last night. Thank you, Topher, for being on our winning side last night after he cost me the victory the week before.
The tables have turned.
Isn't that funny?
Not only
you never know.
Did Snot-Nosed Kid play on your team,
yeah,
but earlier in the day you said no one would ever cut off the Chris from their name, and lo and behold, he did.
Lo and behold, his name was Topher. Yeah,
Man.
It was a double whammy
That
on
is crazy.
On all of that. But very nice kid, and he said, I'm saying kid. He's probably 20, 21 years old. He's not like. Kid might sound like 12 to some people, but 21, 22 is kid to me. Anyway, he played well for us. He had a big hit late in the game, and we ended up winning, and we hadn't won all year, so we were happy about that. And, he ended up on our team. There I am, getting ready for the game, and look over. Lo and behold. Should I sneak in the fact that since he was not playing against me last night, I had not 1, 2, but 3 hits.
Whoa.
I had a good game. Thankfully, he wasn't there to take them all away.
You need to call him SNK, Snot-Nosed Kid.
Snot-Nosed Kid. I think he enjoyed it. I think he got a kick out. I hope he got a kick out of it. We all had a good laugh about it.
We'll find out that he's just like throwing
night.
darts at your face.
Nah, I think he was happy with the acclaim.
You put up 3 hits?
I had 3 hits. He had 3 too, but his hits were bigger than mine and helped us win. But
can
yes,
you trade
I contributed.
him? Can you trade one of your current players for him?
No kidding, man. I don't even know how we. I just think at the 10 p.m. game, like you just pick who's ever left at the place, And he was nice enough to play and join us and help us.
I like that story.
See, it had a happy ending. All right, when we come back, a game today that did not have a happy ending. 7-1 Brewers. Time for the notes on a scorecard. Yep, get ready.
Gwynn and Chris on.
Scraby, Bill House Studios, where we know how. Earlier, we talked some soccer with Keith Costigan on the SDCCU fan hotline. Not big bank banking, it's better. Time now, though. 7-1, Brew Crew. Yeah. And we got notes on a scorecard, and they ain't pretty. They're coming up after traffic.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
Southbound 5 is slowing before the 52. You'll be crawling to the scene of a crash that's tying up lanes near SeaWorld Drive. Past that, you're going to be slow and go to another problem clearing from lanes just before the 54.
Traffic brought to you by Albertsons, Vons, and Pavilions. Save on fresh quality ingredients when you shop at Vons or Albertsons. This week, bone-in pork shoulder butt roast or value packs of fresh split chicken breasts bone-in for $1.69 per pound with membership where applicable. Shop in-store or online today at Vons or Albertsons.com.
What did Chris like? What does Chris want to clean up? Observations written on a grocery list. Notes on a scorecard starts now.
Yeah, got to take the bad with the good. Notes on a scorecard after wins and after losses. Here we go. A lot to get to today, as you might imagine. Before the game, though, I had a couple leftovers from last night's game. The victory over the Brewers on the home run by Sheets. Two plays that happened in the fifth inning of the game last night that cannot keep happening if this team's going to keep winning, right? This team doesn't have a lot of room for error normally.
Yeah.
And if you're going to play Fernando Tatis at second base, which it seems like they are doing now, somebody's got to remind him and tell him that if it is a bunt situation, a la man on first, number 9 hitter at the plate, he's got to line up closer to second base so that if the bunt gets down, he can cover first base in time. And he just didn't get there last night. It's an error, but the Brewer guy put the bunt down. Ty France came in to field it. Michael King picked it up. Fernando wasn't there at the base yet. That's not, you can't. You got to cover it. Your second base, I don't care if you're in Little League. That's your cover.
I think
so. You have to make sure you can get there.
I think I'm gonna put that on the coaching staff. They need to make to make him aware because he's playing a new position.
Well, all right, but yes, I'll put it on whoever you want. That can't happen. And then the very next play, ground ball to Manny Machado. Manny knows better. I don't know what he was thinking.
I don't either.
You got to just turn the double play.
Yeah.
Go to second, go to first, 2 outs, and But Manny tried to get the guy in a rundown and then throw the ball and then get it back. And Xander had to cover. Anyway, they lucked out because that's the only way Milwaukee scored last night off Michael King. They gave them that run. No errors, but that's still giving away runs. You can't afford to do it. All right, here we go to today's game. Top of the first inning, and this is unfortunately going to be a theme today, but second batter of the game is our guy, Fernando Tatis Jr., the 3-2 fastball was right down the middle. It could not have dissected the strike zone any more evenly. From side to side, top to bottom.
I think Tony calls it middle.
Middle. Swing and a miss. And we went through it earlier, but you want to go launch angle, you want to go exit velocity, all that stuff's got to just leave now. It's got to just be see it and hit it.
Yeah,
and somehow his mind's got to clear. Can't miss those pitches. All right, moving on. Miguel Andujar got a double in the first inning. Shouldn't be a surprise. This guy's hitting .340 on the road this year. Third best in all of baseball. He's got a .935 OPS on the road.
Wow.
.650 at home. Hello, Petco Park.
Yeah, seriously.
But Miguel Andujar has been a road warrior. Sheets came up with 2 on, chance to get the early lead. But this is not the 9th inning, people. This is the first inning. And where we talked about the 9th inning, the Padres are crushing the opposition. In the first inning, get this, Scraby, the Padres have only scored 8 runs all year. That is last in Major League Baseball. And they did not add to it today. As actually Rengifo made a pretty good play to deny Sheets what could have been a 2-run single.
I thought it was going to get through, honestly.
I did too. But anyway, that was the end of that inning. The bottom of the first is a disaster. I mean, you can't just go walk. I don't even know what I can write there. There's no coaching. There's no jinx. There's no strategy. There's no defense. There's no luck involved. You can't do anything.
Yeah.
And the pitcher walks 4 straight guys. Your hands are tied other than to hurry up and take him out of the game. But, I mean, it's the bottom of the first inning, for heaven's sakes. I will say...
He was missing close pitches, but
I know, but
still was missing.
And when you start missing, they don't give them to you.
Yeah.
That's just the nature of it. I thought Fermin maybe could have challenged one of those pitches to Andrew Vaughn in the at-bat that walked in the first run. But Fermin is terrible at challenging. And I've told everybody this all season. It hasn't really cost them. It's going to cost them one day. You mark my words.
Mark my words.
He's going to take a bad, stupid challenge, or he's going to miss one. Fermin's got to work on that. And then you get the 3-0 on the RBI, 2-run single by Rengifo. I did want to point out a really good play that was made later in the inning, though. And this is for young people and everybody, understanding the game. Milwaukee had runners at first and third with 1 out, and they had a 3-0 lead. Bottom of the first, Bowder hit a ground chopper to first base. Sheets, good play, threw it home. Runner on third, Andrew Vaughn, ran. Good play by him. Even though he was going to be out by 20 feet, still a good play by him. Why? Because if he doesn't go, Sheets can just turn the double play. The inning's over. He's standing there. He didn't do anything. He has to run. If you're on third base in a first and third like that, you have to run. You can't let them turn the double play while you stand there. So Vaughn did the good thing. Then Sheets, good throw home, good rundown. Manny tagged him after 1 throw. But one more good thing that Andrew Vaughn did, he stayed in the rundown long enough so the runners behind him could get to second and third. Well played by everyone. That is exactly how that should be. Defense, catcher, base runner, third baseman, other base runners, everybody did that right. Just saying. A lot of times you see a first and third where the runner doesn't run. Yeah. And then you'd get nothing. You have to get in a run down there. Good job by everybody involved. Top of the second, Laureano strikes out. He would strike out twice today. I don't think you knew this. I didn't either. But even though he got a hit today, Ramon Laureano is 3 for 33 in the month of May, and he struck out 15 times. You can add to Merrill, Machado, Fernando, Fermin. You got to have to put Top Ramon on the list right now. He is a mess at the plate. 15 out of 33 at bats and only 3 hits in there. He doesn't look comfortable at all.
15 of 33 at bats
that he struck out.
Oh, okay.
In May.
Okay.
And he's only got 3 hits.
I mean, remember when he was the savior to start the season?
Look, I know it goes in streaks. I'm hoping that it comes back around because right now he's not very good.
Although he did put a good swing on one today. And
yes, he did.
Went opposite field.
And I'll talk about that a little later.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. No, you're right. Bottom of the second inning. This is how bad it was for Griffin Canning today. Not only could he not throw a strike to home plate, he couldn't throw into first base either. He threw a 500-mile-an-hour ball over Sheets' head. He couldn't even reach up to get that ball.
Yeah.
Runner goes to third.
He said his performance today was embarrassing.
It was embarrassing. It was. At least he said it. The RBI doubles in that inning by Terang and Sanchez were both center cut pitches. And, it went 5-0 there in the bottom of the second. I don't write this all the time, but I wrote this. Despite all of our comebacks this year, it might be time to punt on this game. That was in the second inning. It just looked like one of those days to me. I was hoping I'd be wrong, but I wasn't. Vaughn, after I wrote that, got another single to make it 6-0. Bottom of the third inning, we had an interesting play. Guy tries to steal second base, slides in, Xander Bogaerts. Did he push the guy off the base as he tagged him? I'm going to say 2 things. In live action, I didn't think he did. I thought the guy's momentum carried him. But on replay, it really looked like Bogaerts pushed his foot off the bag.
Yep.
Short argument by Pat Murphy. If you're interested, the most famous of those plays of all time happened in the 1991 World Series. Ron Gant of the Braves got a base hit, rounded first, too far. They threw back to the bag. Kent Herbeck, the big lug of a first baseman for Minnesota, put the tag on his leg, and as he was tagging him, kind of lifted him up.
Oh, I'm watching that right now.
Took him off the bag. They called Gant out. Herbeck to this day swears it was just momentum and it was all in good,
I mean, Xander's was at least a little hidden.
Yeah.
The
What
other
do you
guy,
think about Herbeck?
The other guy actually literally picked up the guy's leg.
Picked him up and took him off the bag.
That's not momentum. You went for his leg, sir.
The first base umpire, Drew Coble, said he was sure and ruled it an out. But the first base coach, Pat Corrales, for the Braves, later said that during the game, Coble asked him if he thought he made the right call because he wasn't sure. And Pat Corrales said, no, you missed that call. Twins would go on to win the series in 7.
That is crazy.
That was the most famous of those, but good on Bogaerts. If you get away with it, and it was hard to tell because I'll be honest with you, in live action, I didn't think he pushed his foot off the base, but in replay, he certainly looked like he did.
I was listening to Tony and Jesse, and they were talking about the rules of everything.
Right.
And Tony was, and so I'm sorry if you already said this. I was looking at the play. Tony said that if you're still moving,
right,
you can do that. But
right.
if he had
it's a little
stopped,
momentum, right? If he had, right, exactly. I agree with Tony. So I think it was the right call, although it was a little shaky. The next one, right after that, Hamilton steals second. This is where Fernando, again, they got to get with him or he's got to get with it. When you're covering the bag at second base, you can't catch the throw in front of the base and then reach back. It's going to be too late. The guy's going to be safe. You have to take the throw at the bag, which means you have to let the ball travel to your glove and then drop the tag. Fernando didn't do it right, and the guy was safe. He might have been safe anyway. These are little nuances. I think Fernando is going to play second base. We got to clean it up.
You have to.
You don't want guys stealing bases that shouldn't be stealing them.
Yeah.
Top of the 4th inning, Laureano got that hit you talked about. And I wrote, hey, he went to right field. That's a smart way to get out of a slump. But he's still in the slump, as it turns out.
I always do that, too. I'm like, all right, that's it. And then the next at-bat, you're
right,
like,
it didn't work.
Wasn't it?
First and third, Castellanos came up. And I thought, man, Castellanos, he's been incredible this year with runners on base. I got to look this up. You're not going to believe this. Coming into the game today, Castellanos was 12 for 39, 308 batting average with runners on base.
Wow.
Without runners on base, 3 for 42, sitting 071 when he batted with nobody on base this year.
That's weird.
Crazy. Of course, what happened today? He struck out with runners on base, ended up getting 2 hits with the bases empty today. But
baseball,
interesting,
man.
That's baseball. Bottom of the 4th, Vaughn doubles to right center. Castellanos, just not going to get those.
Nope.
You guys have to make a deal with yourself. If you're putting Castellanos in right field, those balls are falling in. If Fernando's there, he catches it, and there's no damage done. It's part of the deal with Castellanos playing in the outfield. Mitchell steals second later in that inning. Fermin's throw was so bad that it almost got picked up by Castellanos in right field. What was that throw? Sorry, Fermin, but come on. You're a major leaguer. I mean, I expect a pony league kid to get a little more direction than that. I know it slipped or whatever it happened.
Yeah, he's usually pretty good at throwing down to second base.
Goodness. Top of the 5th, Tatis strikes out on a challenge 3-2 pitch.
Yeah.
I mean, what else can go wrong? Well, let me tell you, he's not at the low point. It may get lower. That's how because baseball's mean.
What is lower than what's going on right now?
I don't know. I hope I don't see it. I hope I don't see it.
Me too.
I hope I don't see it. Bottom of the 5th, Yuki 1-2-3 inning. I brought this up earlier, though. I still consider him one of the poorer signings that the Padres have made, paying too much for a mop-up reliever. Top of the 6th, Manny challenges. They're out of challenges. Again, this is going to cost them down the road. There wasn't much after the 7-0. Bottom of the 7th, Waldron came in. Is it a swan song? There seems to be varying reports now of whether he'll stay or whether he'll go.
Yeah.
But he did strike out 4 guys with his knuckleball today, which is what I've been saying. Throw the knuckleball. Be a knuckleballer.
Embrace it.
Embrace it. Also in that inning, Laureano spun around on a fly ball. It was the sun. It was difficult. He got his glove on it. That's not a double, but they gave him a double. It drives me crazy.
The sun ball is always going it's not air.
But it's an error. You're a major league player. He got turned around and spun around. He spun himself into that error. Maybe I'm a pitcher and that's how I think of it. But plays like that should be made. Top of the 9th, Castellanos hits a cue shot that spun almost out of bounds or foul and then came back fair. Vaughn missed it. I thought they were going to give him a hit for that, but they didn't. They actually called that one an error. There isn't a lot more. 7-1. The Padres scored in the 9th inning, and they now are outscoring their opponents 32-3 in the 9th inning, but it didn't do them any good today. There's my notes on a scorecard.
That was a good notes on a scorecard. You really left a lot on the table for the sake of everyone. Because today
there was a few
so
more
bad.
things that were, there was a lot of missed stuff. There was a play where Bogarts could have thrown home, and I didn't know if he should have, and he didn't, and the guy scored. It was just a bad day all the way around. More Gwynn and Chris coming up.
Now, Craig Stammen joins us here, Padres' new manager. And Craig, listen, I've had the opportunity to play for 2 managers that were in their first year. Don Mattingly and the late Ryan Sandberg in Philadelphia. Both of them had their struggles. Even though these are the best of the best type of players, they had their struggles. Where do you see yourself in terms of your staff and leaning on your staff to kind of be able to help you in those first-year kind of struggles that many managers deal with at some point?
You're right. I'm going to lean on my staff a lot. And I remember having, small conversations with Bob Melvin about some of this stuff, and he was talking about some of the things he wished he knew when he was a first-year manager. And this was way back when I wasn't even thinking about this. We were just kind of talking. And he's like, I wish that I wouldn't have tried to do everything myself. He said, I felt like I had to be involved in everything, and I had to be a part of every decision. And he goes, it's just not the case. He goes, there's a few things that I do need to be in charge of and as the manager, but I got good people around me. If I got good people around me, I just got to be able to trust them.
Right.
That'll be the hard part, but we're going to build that trust within the clubhouse, within the coaching staff. So I'm not doing it all myself. We're going to share responsibility. We're going to share the successes. I'll take the blame, and then we'll see where the dust settles. But I'll, obviously, hopefully gain a lot of experience where we get to the end of the season and we're in that playoff hunt.
Yeah.
That we're rolling and we're humming and we got a good process going.
Now, you mentioned, kind of building off what Mike has done here the last couple of years, adding to his legacy. You obviously have your own strengths, though. Where do you see your strengths being able to be applied to this ball club and how it may be of help?
Yeah, Mike had so much experience of organizing, how to be a great baseball team. He'd been mentored by many great managers, and he'd taken a lot from those guys. And I just listened to what he had to say about that stuff, and I saw how he did it, observing and listening to how he kind of went about his business. So a lot of the things that he did, I'm going to probably keep doing the same thing. What I think I can add is maybe just I'm a little younger. I got a little bit more energy.
Yeah.
I've got some relationships within the clubhouse that are maybe a little bit different. Does that give me the avenue to push them in a little bit different way, or like sneak in there to get them to do a few things that they haven't been quite open to in the past? Maybe I don't know. We'll find out. But, I'm going to treat them, with respect and hopefully get that respect back. And we're going to try to make this team as best they can be.
Craig Stammen joins us here, Padres' new manager. And Craig, you're clearly coming this with your eyes wide open with this situation. I heard you say partnering on multiple occasions up on the stand there. What does that look like for the fans who are listening and may not know what partnering looks like? What exactly is that?
Yeah, partnering, it's a give and a take. We have relationships with our families, our moms, our dads, our wives, our kids. It's not always my way or the highway.
Right.
There's got to be, even in this decision to become the manager, there was a lot of give and take with me and Audrey. deciding what was important to her and what we were going to miss by taking this, what was important to me, what I was going to miss in this, and then coming to a decision that works best for both of us. And I think those types of things can happen throughout the year with players, trying to get them on the field to do certain things in practice or in the game, but like partnering them in the way that's like, it's not just my decision.
Right.
We're in this together. We're accomplishing a goal together. It's not my, championship that we're going to win. It's our championship. It's the Padres championship. It's AJ's, it's John's, it's Eric's, it's Manny's, it's Toddy's.
Right.
It's all of ours together. It's Ruben's. We share that success together. I'll handle the blame, and then we'll do this together.
Last one, I'll let you get out of here. I know you got a busy day ahead of you. Mike Schilt did a terrific job of really shielding his players. He always was the man taking all the arrows coming at the ball club. But you also mentioned being able to push the guys. What does that look like? Because I think oftentimes fans hear, managers take the arrows and they're under the impression that there isn't any, pushing going on the backside of that. What does that look like sometimes?
Yeah, I mean, we got great players. So, like, the amount of pushing I need to do is limited.
Right.
But we can give them new ideas on how to navigate a season. And Mike was so good at, like, handling the players and taking the arrows, like you said, in the media and throughout the season and pumping those guys up and making them feel great. But there's ways that, like, maybe they haven't been exposed to, and that's what we're going to challenge our staff to do, is come up with creative ways to keep Manny Machado, healthy for a full season. Xander Bogaerts healthy for a full season as they get a little older in age, and can we have guys peaking at the right time and stuff like that? Just like open to new ideas and creative ideas, and the players will be partnering with that with the coaching staff to create something that we think will build us a championship team.
Now, Craig Stammen joins us here, Padres' new manager, and Craig, listen, I've had the opportunity to play for two managers that were in their first year, Don Mattingly and the late Ryan Sandberg in Philadelphia. Both of them had their struggles. Even though these are the best of the best type of players, they had their struggles. Where do you see yourself in terms of your staff and leaning on your staff to kind of be able to help you in those first year kind of struggles that many managers deal with at some point?
You're right. I'm going to lean on my staff a lot. And I remember having, small conversations with Bob Melvin about some of this stuff, and he was talking about what
it's taking two networks to televise it. Yes, the NFL schedule release show is upon us. I mean, here's the way I look at that, Scraby. The Super Bowl is only on one channel.
That is true.
But the schedule of games is on both the NFL Network, and just in case, you can also catch it on ESPN. We'll update you on anything you need to know about the schedule. Welcome back to Gwynn and Chris. Got a little happy hour going here, brought to you by GL Pools, the company trusted by thousands of San Diegans. They'll keep the pool sparkling, swim ready, and expertly maintained. Call GL Pools now. Say radio. Get a free month of service. And Scraby will be here an extra hour tonight with the Chronicles. And no matter who is hosting or talking, we're not going to have very good news to tell you today about the Padres. If you're just tuned in and you missed the game today, good for you.
Yeah.
You didn't miss much other than a 7-1 Milwaukee romp.
It was a slow, painful day.
Yeah, I mean, look, Griffin Canning walked in 4 guys in the first inning, or walked 4 straight guys in the first inning. By the time that inning was over, it was 3-0. By the time the next inning over, it was 6-0. And you could pretty much go night-night from there. Padres did go 0-for-9 RISP. The only run they got came on a ground out by pinch hitter Sunmong Song in the 9th inning. Of course, the Padres scored in the 9th inning. That's seemingly the only time they ever score.
Is it that important to guys to, like, not be shut out? Like,
I think, yes, to a certain extent. I will say you don't want to ever be no-hit. Like, when people say guys got a no-hitter going, it's the 8th inning, they're like, just let them get the no-hitter.
No.
You don't want to be no-hit.
No, you don't want to be no-hit.
No. I don't think you want to be shut out, but I don't know that you put any extra into it.
Yeah.
You're trying to come back. I mean, if Song hits a double there and 3 runs score, and, the next guy gets
It could,
who knows what the Padres have been doing
the
this year?
Padres have done crazy things,
right? You keep playing, you see what happens. But today wasn't going to happen. But with the ninth inning run today, the Padres incredibly have now outscored the opposition 32-3 in the ninth inning this year. Of course, if you keep losing like this on the road, the opposition doesn't bat in the ninth inning. So it's a good way to keep the margin.
Good point.
Yes. Let's try not to do that. Let's make sure that the Mariners will have to bat in the ninth inning going forward. 3-game series starts there tomorrow. Despite it all, and, my goodness, Manny's down to 190. What did I say? Laureano's down to 214. Sheets is even at 229 despite all of his heroics. Fernando was 0 for 5 with 3 Ks today. You could go on and on. Fermin has contributed nothing, 176 and 3 RBIs. Jackson Merrill didn't even make the lineup today. They were like, we got to give him a day off. He's striking out at an alarming rate right now. So, put it all together, and what do you got? You're tied for first.
Yeah, that's what it comes down
it's just
to.
like, what? You're tied for first. All is fine. The Dodgers will unlock that tie one way or the other tonight when they host the Gigantes. Some other quick notes for you before we kind of settle back into things here. Couple of deals on the baseball front. Did you see this? A White Sox fan fell into the bullpen yesterday.
Did. Yes.
He's okay. Or is it a he? I'm going to make sure it's a he.
I believe it's
I'm just assuming it's a he because, guys are rockheads. Yeah. We're dumber. Yeah. But, and you'd like to not see that kind of stuff happening too much. Soto is back in business. Juan Soto homered today after he had exited the game yesterday, fouled the ball off his right foot, but x-rays were negative. So Soto's okay, and he did hit a home run today. Corey Seager. You know who that is, don't you, Scrape?
Oh, of course.
Who
Rob
is
Manfred.
that?
Corey.
Yeah. Do you still have that? Do we even have that anymore?
Yeah, we play it every once in a while.
Let me hear it just for old times'
sake. Oh, no, it's in the open.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Corey. Yeah, well, Corey is swinging like he's been drinking with Rob Manfred lately. He's in an 0 for 27 streak that includes 11 strikeouts.
See, they put up on the screen today, MLB Network, after the Padres game, I was looking, they put up guys who are struggling, and there are some names on that list.
Yes, Fernando's not alone. And in a lot of ways, in hitting for hitting, Fernando is still hitting 240 something. It's not like he's an automatic out.
It feels like it, but you're right.
It does feel like it. It just does.
There's just no, there's nothing I was going to say there's nothing on the ball, but there's a lot on the ball because he's hitting the ball so hard.
Not today. He didn't hit the ball at all today. I mean, he struck out 3 times and bounced out meekly 2 more times.
What is your thought? What are your thoughts on mental health IL stays?
Isn't that kind of where Jay Cronenworth is now?
No, he's on the concussion list.
I understand what they say he's on.
Stop it.
I'm not trying to joke. I'm saying that I said it at the time. The concussion list trip was perfect timing for Jay Cronenworth.
It definitely was.
He needs a break. He needs a mental break. He needs to get back to it and, find a stroke and then get back here and start contributing to the team. But, to me, that is just another way of taking one. I wouldn't be shocked, although I don't think I think Fernando would fight it to the end because he's a competitor.
I mean,
but it would not shock me if somebody told Fernando to, a 10-day IL thing for a strained, hammy or something wouldn't hurt. But they're not going to do that with a guy like him. They just have to get to a point. I don't know if he needs to just sit on the bench for a couple of days. It's about the only thing left. I know they've given him a day off here. I'm saying like 2 games or maybe even the whole weekend in Seattle. I mean, I know that sounds crazy, but he needs to just sit and watch, and he needs to just get back to a place where it's a little freer and easier for him. The launch angle, the exit velo, the swing rate, the chase rate, all of these things doesn't mean a thing at this point. The only thing that means something to me is see it and hit it. And he's not doing either of those things right now. So we'll see.
You're right. You can't just send him to the IL because he's
not Fernando.
He is still getting some singles, and he could drive in a run or two
with some speed and whatever. You need him on this club, but he's got to get that home run. And I still think that when he gets it, I'm not joking. I've kind of said this jokingly. I really think that when he gets it, I'm going to say when, because I'm
Well,
but when he gets it,
true.
When he gets it. That first home run, I really think the silent treatment in the dugout would be the perfect icebreaker.
I like it.
Just to get everybody to laugh and go, okay.
I like it.
So, let's hope he gets it in this Seattle this weekend. NBA last night, really good game. The NBA came out today and said the refs were correct at the end of the game. If you saw it, and you're a Detroit Pistons fan, I don't know that you're going to agree with that sentiment. Here's what happened. If you didn't see the game, 103-103 was the score at the time. Tie game, Cleveland ball. James Harden goes up for the shot. Detroit's defender, Asar Thompson, makes a nice play, kind of strips the ball away. The ball is rolling toward the sideline with less than a second to go on the clock. Jarrett Allen of the Cavs is also going for the loose ball, steps on Thompson's foot, and then bumps him down to the floor. And the ball rolls harmlessly out of bounds as the clock expires. Ref goes overtime. I thought it should have been a foul. And we've talked about this before. It would have been a really hard call.
Yeah.
Like, you got a loose ball, less than a second. I understand, hey, let's play overtime and let's decide it that way. But if you don't make a call that should be called, you are deciding the game.
Yeah, you are.
And Pistons coach J.B. Bickerstaff said Allen fouled him clearly. He tripped him when he was going for the ball. That is correct. The replay showed it.
Mm-hmm.
The league said, said both players lost their balance from marginal contact. It's just not true. The player for the Pistons lost his balance because the guy stepped on his foot.
And he pushed off.
And then he shoved into him. There was still time on the clock. Tony Brothers, who was a veteran ref, I can see what he was thinking, right? Tie game, let's just let it go to OT.
Yeah.
But I really think a foul should have been called. Detroit would have got 2 free throws. They would have won, most likely. Guy would have made one of the 2 free throws with no time. Instead, it went to overtime. Cleveland wins. Now, Cleveland could go to the Eastern Finals based on that one whistle not being blown. I don't think that's right. And I've said it, and I guarantee if I was Tony Brothers, I would have struggled to blow the whistle there because I know the whole situation. But I think not blowing the whistle was wrong. I think he should have blown it. It should have been a foul. Anyway, Cleveland wins in OT. Detroit certainly had every chance. They blew a 9-point lead in the last 2.5 minutes of regulation. But that's neither here nor there. A foul's a foul, I think. But anyway, Cleveland can go to the East Finals if they win Game 6 tomorrow.
Now, the big question on the internet is, does James Harden, and not about that specific play, but he also had a 3-pointer where he landed on a guy's foot, but does he throw his feet too far forward as he's landing so that he does land on someone?
They got to start calling that. Let me tell you something. If Cleveland plays Oklahoma City in the finals, and that's a ways off, right? Cleveland would have to win this. They'd have to beat the Knicks. OKC's still going to win. But if Cleveland plays Oklahoma City in the finals, they honestly ought to just put gymnastic padding down on the floor for all the flopping that SGA does and James Harden do. The two of them are the absolute worst.
I'm surprised.
The absolute worst.
James Harden's like 37.
He's going to the Hall of Fame on his talent. Stop flopping. I'll be honest with you. I think SGA got a little of the point. I thought the last 2 games against the Lakers, he really stayed more clear of that. I think he saw some of the criticism, and he gets it. He's like, I got to stop doing this. It's hurting my own, reputation. So I kind of thought SGA stayed away from it a little in the last couple of Laker games. First 2 games, it was embarrassing. But the last 2, I thought he stayed away from it. But Harden does that every time you watch. He kicks his feet and he falls down even when he's not touched.
Yeah, I'm watching a bunch of them.
All the time. It's right, Scraby. It's not just once. You see a bunch of them.
Yeah, some guy put together a video of it.
Call it. Call a technical foul for unsportsmanlike behavior. You're flopping. You're trying to cheat the referees. Call it.
Yeah, that's
it will stop. I guarantee you the day that James Harden gets a technical for doing that, or the day they give SGA a technical, you know what the fans in Oklahoma City are going to do when that happens? They're going to lose their mind.
Yeah, they will.
But guess what? It's going to stop happening.
I'm watching the last thing on this play.
Yeah.
LeVert is the guy who got the foul called on him.
In the Harden play?
Yeah. He's like not even really, his hands are to his side.
Yeah, I know.
He's not even looking at James Harden.
I know.
And he falls to the ground because James Harden kind of sort of trips him.
And they call it on LeVert. It's got to stop. But yes, if OKC plays Cleveland, look out. Flop fest. All right. No NBA action. By the way, no NBA tonight. They're taking the night off. We're taking a break here on Gwynn and Chris. And still ahead, Scraby's got a big 5 to wrap things up coming up at the bottom of the hour. There's a whole bunch of other crazy stuff happening that Scraby is going to share with us when Gwynn and Chris resumes.
The Braden.
Tony, you care to,
Tony, I don't know where Tony went.
Because Tony,
I see the corner of his room.
Oh, well, hopefully he'll be back shortly. Harbaugh.
I'm not sure where he went. I might text him to see if he's okay here in a second.
Hope he didn't. Yeah.
Did you think he fell in the shower?
Well, I hope he didn't meet with foul play.
You think he met with foul play in our commercial break?
I don't know.
I mean, he is in New York City. So.
He's in New York City. It could be, you never know.
All right, we'll just go forward.
We're just going to go forward without Tony. I'm sure he'll rejoin us when he gets a moment.
Everybody stare at that box in the top right corner because it's just the corner of his room.
I'm going to look now. I'm kind of intrigued.
Oh, someone says maybe he's in the bathroom. I don't know.
He's been known to go there, as have all of us, frankly, but him more than most.
Over under, Tony just forgot that he was doing the show.
That's not nice. So maybe that's what they're thinking.
You know what just hit me, Chris?
No.
What if Tony went out to get like ice or something and he forgot his room key?
That is something that he is more than capable of doing.
Because he would never be gone this late. This long with knowing that he was on the show.
No kidding, man. We took a commercial break like 5 minutes ago and he has not returned.
I'm going to text him.
Like, are you out in the hall trying to get into your room right now?
Everything okay?
Oh no.
Question mark.
Scaring me. No. Did you hear back from Tony yet?
No, I'm thinking
something.
I'm thinking he locked himself out. He doesn't have his phone because it's in the room, so he's down at the front desk or something. I
don't know. I'm sure there's a story in here somewhere.
There's definitely got to be a
air.
story. Anyway. I was very concerned about Tony, and I took him off the screen because he's not back. I guarantee you he got locked out of his room.
I don't think you're wrong because that makes sense. But how far away is the lobby? Of course, the New York hotel, it could be one of those ones where you got to wait a while to get up to the...
And he's just sitting in line. I don't know why I find this so funny, but it is.
Well, it's funny if he comes back with a funny story.
Yeah, like I locked myself out.
It's not funny if he fell and hit his head somewhere and we don't know where he is. That's not funny.
Of course, that's not funny.
He's obviously not with his phone because he hasn't gotten back to us.
Has Tony locked himself out before? Not during the show, but I'm sure he has at one point in his life.
Of all people, Tony would certainly seem to be one who would do it.
Oh, August also says, Clinton said, got to use the key card for the elevator too. So maybe he's just stuck.
Can't even get down? No, you don't need the key card to go down.
Okay.
You only need those to go up. You should be able to get down to the lobby to say, hey, I locked myself out. in New York City. But if we do, can you go to the Padre Hotel and knock on Tony's door? We don't know where he is still.
No.
Still hasn't come back.
And I turned on
It's been 20 minutes now.
I know. Now I'm starting to get a little worried.
Yeah. Where'd he go?
What
happened?
I don't know. I would call the front desk of the hotel, but I have no idea where they're staying.
I don't know where they're staying either. And when you sent him a text and said, is everything all right? We have not heard back from him. He is still not back in his room.
I bet you he is standing in line in the lobby as we speak.
I'm trying to get his key back.
Someone said text Jesse or Dave, and
it's really not a bad idea. Maybe at the next break, though.
Yes.
If we get to the next break, we got to text those guys so that they can go make sure he's okay. Because I don't know where he is. It's crazy.
Dave Marcus is probably the one to text.
We'll text Dave.
Because he's, Jesse could be doing anything, but Dave's always there, ready to go.
You're trying to say Dave has a ho-hum life and he'd just be sitting around waiting for a text, whereas Jesse might be busy? Is that what you're...
Dave's been doing this job for like 30 years. I don't think the what is the word I'm looking for? Never mind.
All right. Well, there's certainly an explanation, but we don't have it yet.
Text Scan. I don't know Scan well enough to text him.
We're going to text Dave if this gets to the top of the hour, and we still don't have a Tony Gwynn Jr. sighting. All right, do we just go to traffic like it's normal behavior time? I mean, it just seems weird.
We got to move on with the show.
Show must go on?
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, we're going to do the good, the bad, and the really, really weird and ugly next here after traffic. All right, it's with less enthusiasm than usual that we embark on the good, the bad, and the ugly for week 2, Scrape.
I'm going to try not to worry too much.
I'm going to try not to worry also. I'm not necessarily the worrying type.
I'm not either.
But, I'm intrigued now at this point. Like it's with this long pass to Devontae Smith.
He's back!
Helped put him there.
Hold on, he's back, everybody!
Stop everything.
I literally, we went to commercial break, I laid on the bed, and then I just fell asleep.
I never even considered it.
Tony, you care to...
Tony, I don't know where Tony went.
Because Tony...
I see the corner of his room.
Oh, well, hopefully he'll be back shortly. Harbaugh...
I'm not sure where he went. I might text him to see if he's okay here in a second.
Hope he didn't, yeah.
Did you think he fell in the shower or something?
I hope he didn't meet with foul play.
You think he met with foul play in our commercial break?
I don't know.
I mean, he is in New York City. So.
He's in New York City. It could be, you never know.
All right, we'll just go forward.
We're just going to go forward without Tony. I'm sure he'll rejoin us when he gets a moment.
Everybody stare at that box in the top right corner because it's just the corner of his room.
I'm going to look now. I'm kind of doing this. They have a 2-hour window. So, keep everybody in suspense. Gwynn and Chris here on 97.3 The Fan, and Chris and Scraby in the Bill House studios. We know how. Here's the deal that I just want to ask you this, because we do know this for sure. The rematch for the Super Bowl is set. And you and I talked about this a month ago when we heard that the Seahawks, because that's the way the tradition is, right? The winner of the Super Bowl gets to host the first game the next year. Okay, that's good. I like that. Keep the tradition alive. But the question always is, who's going to be their opponent? And as possibilities started falling by the wayside because the 49ers are playing in Australia and the Rams are over here and this team's over there and they're
Falcons and
Madrid. These guys couldn't. So it came down to whether are they going to play the Patriots in a Super Bowl rematch? And it was maybe the Bears they could have played, or I think the Chargers were on there. Good games. And both you and I just immediately said, well, they can't put them up against the Patriots. That's just stupid. I mean, all anyone's going to talk about before your first marquee game of the year is the whole Mike Vrabel sordid controversy. Which is exactly what it is. It's not even a controversy in the sense of just, the everyday. It's like sordid crap that, is just no fun to deal with.
Someone
and
said,
people's lives being ruined and lies just being flexed in every corner and people losing jobs and one person being held accountable and the other being given standing ovations when he walks into a room as if he's some deity. This is a really ugly mess in my mind. And I don't expect in the next month it's going to get better, next 2 months, because why? TMZ is going to keep finding more videos and more stupid stuff. And people are coming out of the woodwork with all this. And did she name her kid after Mike? I mean, everything is in question now.
Can I stop you right there on that?
Yeah.
I think that is one of the most disgusting parts of all of this, because that poor kid now is going to be made fun of. Oh, Mike Vrabel, your dad's not your actual dad. That's messed up.
I already put it on that kid.
Already, and that's his mom's fault for putting her family in that situation. But you know why I think the NFL did this?
Well, there's a lot of people do think it's Mike Vrabel's kid, or don't. Yes, they do think.
Yeah, they do think. But
the point is it's so ugly and disgusting that I don't even want to. I want to cover my eyes, and that is going to be what should be the big deal. Is Drake May and the Patriots and the Super Bowl and the rematch. We know better. That is not going to be the headline come September 9th.
I think the NFL, the reason they're not shying away from this is because they don't care, and it's not that big of a deal to them.
Yeah, well, I think they're going to find out that they made a mistake.
Let's hope, because we're in a bad spot now if we're giving Mike Vrabel standing ovations running into a stadium.
Yeah, we are. I mean, it's time we stand up and say, hey, enough losers like Mike Vrabel that we're supposed to like our kids are supposed to look up to. Stop it. No, you don't have to look up to people like Mike Vrabel. They're slime. Stop looking up to these people. Stop giving them any benefit of the doubt. And, Diana Rossini doesn't get a whole lot better commentary for me either. And I want to just say one last thing about it for the moment, because there'll be more. I don't expect Drake May to be critical of his coach.
Neither do I.
Okay, I don't. But when Drake May tells me that, man, you guys are all wrong. Mike Vrabel is a great guy. He's just the wonderful, best guy you'd ever want to know. You know what I'd ask Drake May? Hey, Drake, what if the rumor was that he was messing around with your wife?
Yeah.
Would you still think he's a great guy? This is why the whole thing bothers me. And I just don't know why the NFL had to throw it at us and say, well, we're going to put Mike Vrabel in the very first game of the year.
Because they're trying to tell us that it's not that big of a deal.
And, well, I'm not going to buy it.
I'm not going to buy it either.
You know what? You and I rip on the NFL constantly.
Yeah.
We also say that we love it and we're victims to loving it. We're the same. We were like all the rest of you. We take our punishment and gladly accept it.
If I didn't grow up going to 49er game after 49er game, it's ingrained in my blood at this point.
I mean, I have it on. Here's my phone.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
Yeah,
Can't help it. I'm going to root for my team, but the NFL treats us like crap. And once in a while, it would be nice if we stood up and say, we're a little tired of it. But we never do. We immediately purchase the darn game on Peacock like I did.
Well, it was a playoff game, so I don't blame you for
okay,
that.
well, yeah. But my point is I'm not trying to be critical of the fans out there. I'm being critical of us. We all fall for it every single day and night. They've taken our favorite thing, which is the Sunday Scott Hansen show.
Red Zone. And now what do? Commercials. They've sold it to ESPN so we can have more commercials. And probably pretty soon they'll just, take that away or make. I really believe, 10 years, Scrape, is that too long? For every NFL game to just be pay-per-view somewhere streaming that you have to sign up for and buy yourself? Are there going to be a few games a year that are still on NBC that everybody can tune into? I don't know.
I don't know.
It doesn't it wouldn't surprise me.
It's not going in that direction, is it? I mean, it's going in that direction, right?
It's going more in the streaming direction where you're going to have to pay the streaming services for these games. But when are the streaming services now going to make you, like Apple did with MLS?
Yeah.
When are they now going to make you pay for the NFL package on the streaming
They're
service?
going to Prime, Amazon Prime. Or is it Amazon Prime?
Yeah,
it's all
Prime.
of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Prime is doing the Thursday night games, right?
Yes.
The Thursday night game is a way to attract us to Prime.
Yes.
Well, we're all there now.
Yep.
Okay, we all got Prime. You got it. I got it. You got it. Almost everybody's got it.
Lucky's got it. My dog.
Right. It's on our phone. You know,
It is.
we can access it. So now that we all have Prime, what's the next step? We'll give you a bunch more games, but now you're going to have to pay extra.
Yep.
Because we got you here now. So if you want to watch all the games, now we're going to charge you. That's what's going to be next. You know it. You know it. You don't want to believe it, but you know it.
It makes me sad that this is the way we're going now.
I still have a little hope left because the NFL Network, and I shouldn't even say it that loud, the NFL Network still shows the Prime game on Thursday night as long as I'm willing to wait an hour or two, and then I can tape it.
What if they took that away?
They will. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it
they
quietly.
have nothing else to play, though, in the middle of the night.
But I'm saying it quietly because I hope it doesn't go away, because I don't want to watch it streaming. I want to watch it with my DVR and my ability to fast forward like I do. But in order to do that, my deal is I have to wait an hour or two for it to come on. But at least that's there. The reason I say that is because the NBA is not doing that. All the NBA games on Prime, by the way, both playoff games tomorrow night, Prime Video.
Yeah.
They're key games. You know, if you're from Cleveland or Detroit, you got to see these games. If you're from Minnesota or San Antonio, you got to see them. Well, you better have Prime. And if you don't, the NBA channel doesn't show them later for you to watch.
We were talking about this before in a break, but it's just so sad where we are in the society of sports where they do not care if their fans can see the game. They just want the money. And I know that I say this all the time, but I'm really, really tired of people making decisions based on their own pockets instead of the people who got you there, like the fans.
There was a really cute song back in the day. It was called something like Money Makes the World Go Round. I believe it was from a play called Cabaret, which was very famous back in the day. Money Makes the World Go Round was kind of a fun thing and a statement, and kind of we could laugh at it. Now we need to start getting away from it somehow.
Yeah.
And I don't know how we're going to ever do that, because every decision, it seems, is made based on who can make and get the most money.
Yeah. And
I know that that's the capitalistic American dream, but it's starting to crush a lot of us.
Yes, thank you. The capital, I have no issue with the American capitalist dream as long as we're not getting crushed. But we're getting crushed.
Yeah.
We're
That's what's
absolutely
happening.
getting crushed.
So many of us are just feeling the weight of it, man. And I'm speaking for all of us. I hope when I tell you that if you think I have a political statement on this comment, then you're ridiculous. But the gas prices are an idiot. They're absurd. Anybody who thinks differently is just lying to themselves.
I paid $90 yesterday.
If you think that's a political statement, fine. Take it out on me.
I mean, that's not a political statement. It's just a fact.
It's just a fact.
We all of us listening right now, most likely buy our own gas.
We're all paying an absurd amount of money for why? That would get too political, so we'll stay away. But why are we the victims of what is happening out here?
Because
we are, though.
Yeah, because we just kind of went along with it. I don't know how we could have fought against it, but
it's not even whether you support what's happening politically or not. What it is the gas prices are ridiculous. They're stupid. And your grocery prices and your travel prices, your airplane tickets.
I mean, the gas prices.
I don't need to tell anybody.
Spirit Airlines.
I know they took Spirit. I don't want to tell anybody in San Diego how much your house costs or your rent. So, at some point, because we're all running out of the money, that's making everybody else rich.
And a company, I don't remember which company did this, but they laid off a ton of people. Now AI is going to be doing those people's jobs. That's not, I know we're getting into weird territory here, but where are people going to get jobs if AI takes them all? I don't get it. I don't know what we're going to do. If we can't have a job because AI took it, hey, NFL, we can't pay to watch your games.
Good luck with that. Good luck with that thinking.
Yeah, people are going to be in their couch getting coins together to pay the NFL. All right.
I'm going to give you one more. Well, we're not going anywhere yet because I got to finish this up. I have a couple more things to say about it. One, the NFL is not worried, nor is Hollywood,
of course they're not.
nor is Taylor Swift. Why? Because during the middle of the World War II, the biggest one, everything, when the Depression was going on, before our lifetime, Scraby, fortunately for us and many.
Really, you?
But yeah, I know. Before all of this, the Depression, and nobody, people were lining up in lines to get bread and water.
Yeah.
This is the way the world was. We can't even imagine it. But the one industry that did not take a hit during that time?
Sports.
Entertainment and sports.
Yep.
We always come up with the money for that.
Yep.
The new couch can wait. The going to the game cannot.
It's the escape in which we normally provide. We try to provide every day an escape because
we try to provide
better.
that too here. You're right.
Fernando's depressing, but the real world is more depressing.
Yes, I know. I'd much rather be talking about Fernando's 0 for 5. One last thing. If you're of the ilk that says, hey, you guys are in sports, stick to what you know.
Shut up and dribble.
That's just a bunch of crap. Because all I'm telling you is what you truly know, and that is that the gas prices are ridiculous.
And if you don't,
you don't have to be in sports or not sports to know that.
And if you don't agree, that means you're not driving a car or you have an electric car.
Gwynn and Chris try to get back to sports with the Big Five when we return. Wait, ready for the hate mail.
From the first pitch of the year to.
So last night, the bus was to leave for the airport at 8 p.m. And Tony, you know this. Everybody knows this. If you're hooked up with anything like this, as Pete Carroll used to say, on time means you're late.
Right.
So Amy's the young lady who handles all the travel and puts together the itinerary. So we're just about ready to leave.
TJ Lucida.
She stands up as the bus is kind of rumbling to life. And she goes, okay. Everybody get your passports out. I want to make sure nobody leaves without their passport because, again, you are talking to college kids here, and you don't want
college kids, huh?
That's what she thought she was talking to.
She thought she. So I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to my head, like, you don't need a passport for this trip. I didn't even bring one. We're just going to the Bahamas. And so, yeah.
That was your thought process? The Bahamas are an international flight, I believe.
This is almost equal to the fact that North Dakota borders Canada.
I think it does equal that, Scrape.
Actually, I forgot all about that.
Yeah, I would have forgot about it too, buddy.
Right. So for whatever reason, I did not bring my passport. I'm sitting there, and I'm like, my stomach, you have your sinking feeling. And I'm like, what? Never do that. Yeah, thank you. And I was like, oh no, I don't have my passport. Here's my second thought, guys. If I just quietly call Lori, because the flight wasn't until 10 o'clock. You got some extra time. So I said, if I call Lori and just have her bring my passport down to the airport, I'll be able to get away with this without everybody knowing that I blew it. Because that isn't a factor here. You don't want to be embarrassed. So she's in the back checking the players, passport situation out. And I'm having this argument with myself. Oh no, what do I do? And so my first thing is I'll call Lori and I'll just say, hey, can you, I blew it. I forgot my passport. Can you meet me down at the airport? And then I thought, we live 25 minutes from the airport. Lori is not going to be happy. Getting my passport and driving it down there.
Because the airport is really easy to access these days.
And never easy to access, exactly. So I had a quick discussion with myself, and it was either A, it's time for me to embarrass myself in front of the team,
or I'm going to have to ask Lori to drive to the airport. I chose the first one. So I said, oh my goodness, I can't believe I forgot my passport. I don't have it. And Stacey Terry Hudson looked at me and like, what? Like you? I mean, she wasn't mean about it. She was just like so surprised. And as I was, and everybody's like, what are you going to do? And I said, well, I live, literally 10 minutes from the school. And I said, I'm going to call Lori right now. Is there any way we can just hold up for 10 minutes?
What?
That's all. It was either that or make Lori drive down, Scrape. You got to understand my options here. They're very limited.
I get it, but I think your mistake means that you have to
do the hard one.
Yeah, you have to deal with the hard part.
I agree. Well, this didn't turn out a whole lot better. Amy, it's her first year on the job, but she's a very nice gal, so I don't have any really, I don't have any cachet with her yet. And she's like looking at her watch, looking at Coach Stacey Terry. She's like, 10 minutes, because that can be a little...
That's stressful.
Well,
it's stressful. And she doesn't care. Her job is to get everybody on that damn plane.
Right. And a lot of times what we don't know, the traveling party doesn't know, is they've already like called ahead and talked. They have a travel agent that's going to kind of expedite the process a little bit. And if they mess up that contact, then everybody's messed up.
So everything is thrown asunder if you got to wait 10.
Big Five stuff here. After that last hardcore, hard-hitting segment.
In a previous life, Chris, my first producing job was on a news talk station.
It's funny, as we began by just talking about the Seahawks playing the Patriots in the opening NFL game, went from that to Mike Vrabel into everything that's wrong with our world. Thank you, Mike Vrabel, for that.
That was a good harangue.
Thank you for that, Mike Vrabel. NFL schedule. It is official, by the way, Scrape. Sunday, September 20. Circle the calendar. You and me. Dolphins at Niners. I don't know how we're going to get there or who's going to get us tickets, but
I think I'm going to start walking now.
Yeah, really. We got to, because we can't afford the gas to get up there.
You're telling me. I drive 40 miles one way every single day to work. Like, gas is killing me.
Yeah, you need to move into my neighborhood where I can.
Oh God, I would love to.
Yeah, I got I do get a benefit there for sure. NHL, good game here. Late second, Montreal 3, Buffalo 3. They are tied at 2 in the series. Quick thing I wanted to point out: 46% of all the NHL playoff games this year have even been decided by one goal or gone into overtime. That's almost every other game, right? 46%. Do you know how many one-possession games there have been in the NBA playoffs so far this year? 8. That's 11% of the time. There's also been 8 30-point blowouts in the NBA playoffs.
I mean, the Knicks are responsible for at least 3 of those.
Most of them. I, by the way, understand that the games are different, right? There's more scoring in basketball. Okay. But I'm just saying, if you want to right down to the wire game, Stanley Cup playoffs deliver. The NBA playoffs don't always deliver. All right, let's deliver the Big Five after we check traffic.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
The southbound 5 is hitting the brakes after La Jolla Village. You're crawling to an overturned crash at SeaWorld Drive that has at least 2 lanes blocked. The southbound 805 also heavy getting past the crash clearing at Balboa Avenue.
This traffic report is brought to you by Frozen Ropes Baseball and Softball Training Facilities. Register for Frozen Ropes Baseball Summer League with 8 games and 8 practices for ages 6 to 12 at SanDiegoFrozenRopes.com. That's SanDiegoFrozenRopes.com.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
The chat has one great thing that they said, Chris. Everything about the gas prices, let's just blame it on Mike Vrabel. Works for me.
He's the guy who got us going in that direction.
Yep,
right?
works for me.
We were just minding our own business here.
And then Mike Vrabel just
came up. Yeah.
All right. We are broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios, where we know how, and all of our guests, including Keith Costigan from earlier, join us on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not Big Bank Banking. It's better. Let's go.
Number 5.
All right. So we talked about it a little bit earlier. Craig Stammen said in his post-game press conference that Matt Waldron's going to be in the bullpen. He's going to be there today. He's going to be there tomorrow. He's going to be there for the rest of the future.
And he also pitched out of the bullpen today, 2 scoreless innings, although it came in a 7-1 Padre loss. But he did look good. He threw, I think he had 4 strikeouts on that knuckleball.
Okay.
And I will continue to say to Matt Waldron, keep throwing the knuckleball. Question is, will he be throwing it for the Padres anytime soon? Craig Stammen made it seem like he's staying. Now there's more information.
Kevin Acee clarified, which I'm not going to blame Kevin Acee for this because I heard Craig Stammen with my own ears.
Right. He said he's going to be in the bullpen today, tomorrow, and for the future. But the bottom line is Giolito has to be activated this weekend and is probably going to start one of the games in Seattle. So what are you going to do with Waldron?
This is the question, Chris. Do you think that they're going to send the only one with options, Bradley Rodriguez?
Right.
Or
release Waldron.
Or
DFA him.
DFA Waldron, see if he gets through waivers. And if he gets through waivers, then you can bring him back, and it's a whole different deal. But who do you, let's say you want to keep Matt Waldron, who is your first guy out of the bullpen?
I don't want to keep Matt Waldron.
Okay.
At the expense of Bradley. I just don't. So I got to keep Bradley on this ball club. And if Waldron doesn't make it through waivers, then it's one of those prices of doing business, I say. And I will say I don't think he should make it through waivers. I think somebody should want to pick this guy up.
Me too, yeah.
And tell him to start throwing his knuckleball because he can get people out. He's proved it in the past.
Yeah.
But I think his days with the Padres are over.
Okay, we'll see.
Just because of circumstance. The only other thing you could do
is DFA Ron Marinaccio.
Or you can say that Griffin Canning got hurt today and strained a muscle somewhere, and Waldron stays on the club and Giolito starts taking Griffin Canning's spot. I've seen these kind of things happen before.
I think that is probably what's going to happen.
That's all you got to do. Griffin Canning, he pulled a little something in his back today. He'll be on the DL, or I always call it, the IL.
Yes, the injured list,
yeah.
Chris.
So that's another way to do it. Just have Canning sit out for 2 weeks and recall Giolito and have him start.
I feel like a lot of people are putting too much of the savior with Lucas Giolito coming back. I think that people are thinking he's going to be some ace, and I'm not thinking that.
I don't know what he's going to be, but it is absurd to just think guaranteed that he's going to save you. Just as it was kind of silly to guarantee that Griffin Canning was going to come in and just be a Cy Young candidate the first couple of times out the gate.
Yeah,
it wasn't today.
4.
Last night we saw Jacob Mizorowski, and he was pretty good. He was pretty good last night. He isn't particularly concerned, though, about the cramping that took him out of the game. He had to leave. He has had to leave a game in 2 of his past 3 starts due to cramping. So he came out in the 8th inning last night. He had a no-hit bid in the previous start through 5 1/3 innings, but he had to come out due to a hamstring cramp. This time it's a quad, or last time, I'm sorry. Quad. This time it's a hamstring cramp. I may have gotten those backwards, but it doesn't really matter. So my question, and I'm up first. Does he need to? I don't know how to ask this, Chris, but basically it's
how about asking this?
Yeah, go ahead.
What the hell's the matter with this guy?
Thank you. I wanted to ask it like that, but I didn't ask it like that.
Just ask it.
You got it, dude. You cannot be having cramps take you out of the game 2 of your last 3 starts while you're just rolling. Just rolling. You're 6'7", 200 pounds. Drink some water, man. Drink some water, pickle juice, anything you can to stop getting these cramps. I feel like he would have obviously stayed in the game last night. I don't know that the Padres win that game. I don't know.
Oh, if he completes the game?
If he completes the game. Oh, I don't know. He had 95 pitches starting the 8th. I don't think it would happen.
They wouldn't let him complete
But you
the
never
game.
know how things would go if he pitched the 8th inning.
If he pitched the 8th and 9th, they would have beat the Padres 1-0. But they're not going to let him pitch the 8th.
So what the hell is
and
wrong
9th.
with this guy?
I got to lay a little of this on the Brewer training staff. And, I mean, how can they not figure out what's going on? The guy's 20.
Give him an IV.
He's 20 years old. What the hell's the matter with him?
Well, he's tall. He's probably still growing into his body a little bit. I'm serious.
I don't get it. Last year he threw over 100 pitches once. He threw over 90 two other times. But for the most part, he's just like every other pampered young pitcher. He's good for 6 innings and 75 pitches. Yesterday, he got 7 innings and 93 pitches because he was so dominant. I don't know why they even had to tell us he came out of the game with a cramp.
Well, because he went back out. He started
for the 8th inning?
I believe he was warming up, and that's when it cramped up.
Well, then I didn't see that because I watched.
Tell me if I'm wrong, chat.
Well, on the TV, I mean, all that I saw was that Ashby came into the game to pitch the 8th inning.
No, that's why, because because they had a whole period of time where he got to warm up and he got to take the whole thing. So he was out there Mizorowski was out there trying to go, couldn't. So they brought in Ashby.
I don't think anything's wrong with Mizorowski. I think there's a lot wrong with the babying of our athletes.
One day.
I'll be honest.
The old heads are going to get over it.
No, we're not.
One day.
I'm gonna give you this, Scrabby. In my day, if I had a cramp, I went in the corner of the dugout, I threw up, cleared the pipes, went back and pitched the top of the 8th inning. I'll tell you one thing. I wasn't coming out of a 4-hit shutout with 10 Ks because I was cramping a little.
Well, doesn't that make you more dehydrated?
I don't know. I'm just joking. I'm just saying I'm doing whatever to make sure I stay in the game.
All right, let's move on.
Number 3.
I mean, I'm not old enough to be like Johnny Unitas, who once picked up his teeth off the turf and took some dirt and shoved them back in his mouth. I'm not that stupid.
That's hilarious.
That is hilarious, but that's going way back. But I don't think I could have come out of a game and admitted to cramping.
Oh, he's down to the 30, the 20. Wait, is that someone's dentures on the field?
That's what was going on back in those days.
All right, the Dolphins and Pro Bowl running back Devon Achane agreed to a 4-year, $64 million extension through 2030. The $16 million a year makes him the NFL's 3rd highest paid running back. GM John Eric Sullivan. John Eric? Is that his name? John Eric?
Why are you making fun of my GM?
John Eric?
I don't know. I never heard his name before. That's the first I've ever heard it. So
I got to go look this up. But he called Achane a pillar of the team, while coach Jeff Hafley praised his dynamic vision and receiving skills. What are you opening over there?
Some string cheese.
Why are you opening string cheese during the Big Five? No, you're not. Cheese will not help that.
I'm getting a little dehydrated here.
You got 4 minutes.
I don't know if I can make it.
Do not eat.
I don't know if I can make it. Bring Andy Ashby.
You got 4 minutes.
Or Aaron Ashby.
Basically, Chris, do you like this?
Yeah. They got to do something. They can't just get rid of everything. You got to have something to sell a ticket. And you got to have somebody to, at least represent you on the field.
And he's pretty good. And he's like a legit good player.
He's been really good.
Yeah.
There's no reason to think, he's probably not going to have a great year this year. As I would imagine if you're playing against the Dolphins, what are you going to do? You're going to key everybody on him. And we already know the Dolphins haven't blocked anybody since the unbeaten season of 72. So it's going to be hard. But no, I love Achane. And I think if you're going to rebuild, which is what they're clearly doing, and I commend them for that, I think you also have to have something you're building around.
Yeah.
And I credit him for staying there and wanting to do it, unless there's something I don't know. But him willing to say, hey, I'm the guy, build it around me.
Yeah, he seems excited about this.
Because a lot of guys would say, I don't want to be here in this crappy team. Achane's like, hey, build it around me. I'll make it work. So I've been, this guy, he played in the Denver 70-point game a few years ago. He's been here for a little while doing some things.
Yes.
So I think he deserves, I don't know if he's the 3rd best running back, but it's his turn to get paid. So.
All right, we're going to go straight to number 1.
Number 1.
Because I have a situation that happened to me on the freeway today.
Uh-oh.
So there was a guy, and he was driving a marked vehicle it was a construction company.
Okay.
And this dude was driving like an idiot. to the point where he was
construction vehicle.
He was on his phone.
Give me a construction vehicle. What's
just like a truck with the name of the construction company on it.
Okay, it did. Okay,
and it said like here's
Joe's
my,
Construction.
Yeah, and it said like here's my driver number type of thing.
Oh well, you got to call.
Okay, this is my question.
Did you call?
No, I haven't done it yet. But this guy was driving so outrageously, and he was
so bad
on the phone, cutting people off. He went all the way from when you're going south on 5, and it goes 8055 split. He was in the first 5 south lane, and then cut all the way over to the left side because he was about to miss it. Then he was tailgating people. And guess what, Chris? I made it to the exit before he did. So you say I should actually complain about this.
Did he have the phone number sticker?
Yeah. And it said, "How's my driving?"
And you took a picture of it.
I took a picture of the car just so I could, maybe do this later. This angered me so much. I am considering actually doing this. Because that guy is going to kill me one day.
What happens when you call one of those numbers? Can somebody tell us? I've never done it.
I've never done it either.
Do you get any satisfaction from it?
Someone says, "What was the company?" I'm not that crazy.
What did they say?
What was the company?
Oh, he wants to give a name for the guy.
Well, I kind of want to because I don't want this company getting any money with an idiot driving on the road like he was driving. Like, I understand people driving fast, but this guy was.
Whoa! I don't understand people driving fast. Stop saying that.
I understand when
it's
people
not okay
go
to
10
drive
over.
110 miles an hour.
I'm saying like 10 over the speed limit. Okay. But when you're going 90 and you're cutting people off, people are having to slam on their brakes because you think you're better than us. That makes me want to call and report your driving.
I don't think the person thinks he's better than you. I think the person doesn't give a crap about you. And I think it's time that you don't give a crap about what happens to him and you call.
Okay, I'm going to tell you what happens. I'm going to tell you what happens, Chris.
I would like to know what happens because, I've seen a lot of those numbers. They're usually on the cars of people that are driving okay.
Well, yeah, because you think.
Or if they're going that fast, I can't read the number.
That's also a strategy, I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to do this now. Now that you've given me the okay, because I thought you were going to call me like a Karen or something, but I was angry.
Not on that one. I'm not going to call you, though. Scraby Chronicles is next. We're going to rename it the Karen Chronicles for tonight. Have fun with that. Padres at Seattle tomorrow. Jeremiah Estrada. Jeremiah Estrada. Friday. See you at 2 tomorrow. Stay tuned for Scraby.